Greetings to the world. Greetings to the world. I am still Cam, and this is still the Real Resilience Talk podcast. This is where we get together and have an honest conversation about the subject of resilience. How can we be better? How can we be the best versions of ourselves? And then talk about some shit where maybe like we can get closer to being the worst version of ourselves and how to avoid that as it may come up. Everyone on here speaks specifically for themselves. We are not affiliated with any DOD organization or any official organization. We do have jobs, that's for sure. We are employed, a lot of us, and we may reference certain experiences from either our military career or civilian careers or whatever it may be, but we're not speaking on behalf of any organization. We're speaking on behalf of ourselves and our outlook on things, and the hope with this is hopefully it can help somebody else. This all started because there's a whole lot of red tape shutting shit like this down, so throughout this you may hear some bad words. I hope that you hear some good words, but teach their own. If you want to listen, please do. Please share it with somebody else. We're just trying to take our own personal messes and make it into a message to hopefully help somebody. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Hey, I'm Cam. Resilience to me, I've said it before, is like in Rocky 87 or whatever it was, when he stood there in the street with his son and he said, ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And today I got somebody who definitely knows how to move forward and definitely knows how to throw them hits and take them. My man, a comic, very qualified artist, performs all around Japan and in the States. A good friend of mine I've come to really grow and know, and I'm very grateful for being here today. I got Mr. Alberto here. Say hello to everybody, Alberto.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Thank you, Cam, for having me here. That track, by the way, Second Wind.
You like that?
Beautiful.
Second Winds, man.
Beautiful.
Second Winds, dog. That's Uncle Rex right there, Monchichi Rex.
Monchichi Rex. Shout out to do that artwork.
You saw that on the album too? Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That whole sound, like, bedroom artist vibes.
Yes, I love it.
Big
I love
fan
it.
of that.
He's a talented man, and I'm grateful to call him brother and friend. Shout out Rex. Love you, Uncle Rex.
Shout out him. Mungus.
Oh yeah, Curdy Mungus.
Curdy Mungus dropped his new track.
He did?
This past week. Oh,
What, that
man,
Butterfly Lullaby?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he performed that live at our last open mic, man.
Beautiful.
Well, you were there.
He did that
was
twice.
Nice, man. Yes,
he did.
It was an encore.
It was an encore, yeah.
Coach Curtis, man. Curdy Mungus, dude.
I'm
Hey,
trying to cop his ukulele.
I just hope we rap battle because I really want to say Dirty Fungus and then Curdy Mungus. So it's like one line I'm waiting on. So
that'd be perfect. Yeah, maybe this next one.
yeah, I'm gonna rap battle them and I have that one bar. Other than that, I don't know what I got, but I got that one bar I've been thinking about. Dirty Fungus, Curdy Mungus. All
There
right,
you go. That
don't tell
works.
him I said that, okay?
Yeah,
yeah.
Curtis, don't listen to this. we'll edit all that out.
Yeah,
No,
man. Alberto out here in Japan with us, dude. You come to in this room we met the first time. This is where we do our open mic at, our indoor.
The Sakura. Is this really a chapel?
It's ran and owned by, but I know a guy, so we do trainings in here sometimes, and they obviously allow us the privilege and thank you to them, to the base chapel. It's a team effort around here. They allow us the space to do creative things in. But yeah, this is specifically owned by the chapel, and they use it a lot of times for whether it's Bible studies or musical stuff, and they have the equipment. We have a piano over here, so it's just a nice fly room to be able to do stuff in. So thank you to staff out here at Iwakuni Chapel for helping us get a space to be able to use to express ourselves.
When I was here the first time, there was all purple and pink lighting.
Oh yeah.
It was like church after dark.
Yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah.
Almost.
Well, that's when we get in here. We bring out the lights. That's what we do at the open mic. So if anybody listening is interested in coming, we try to turn this into an open mic type vibe.
Those were your lights.
Those are all my lights.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Shout out to Shivam, DJ Shivam, Coach Patel, hooking me up. I bought all this stuff off of him before he left, and he taught me how to do all of this stuff, all this equipment.
Patel, hey, I'm a Bundia, so we're probably from the same place in.
There it is.
So yeah, we probably know each other's families.
Yeah, he's a bad man with them turntables and just mixing and stuff like that. But he put me on, man, and we had this vision, this idea of the open mic was, just being out here in foreign lands, like, I mean, you can express yourself, of course. We always have our First Amendment, and we, use social media and stuff. But to have a space, as we do in the States, to where you can go and slam poetry or freestyling or dance, and this is not the same. So, and then we're not like in Tokyo. Right.
Oh, yeah. No.
We're down here in Iwakuni, down here in the south, right?
South side.
The south side,
Dirty South of
the
Japan.
dirty south of Japan. So it's limited for that. So just seeing the for overall wellness and keeping people in check, keeping people's spirits up, just giving an outlet, man. So that's how we met. You came to open mic and you're a comic and you fucking crushed it. And yeah, man, I'm grateful to know you do. So how's things been going with you?
It's been going well. These mics have been sobering. And I
Yeah?
I mean, dude, I am today 5 days sober.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Shout out to you, dog.
Oh, from the bottle and from vaping.
Damn.
And okay, so this is, I've reset so many times.
Right.
Reset the thing. And I know this is an audio medium, but I mean, these are my resets.
Oh.
This is every single time I've reset.
So when you say reset, do you mean like you stopped something and started it?
I fell off the wagon.
Oh,
fell
man.
off the wagon, but I have a different approach this time.
Gotcha.
Different mindset. So here's the backstory. So Monday, I left my lights on in my car. My battery's dead.
Yeah.
So I get my car jumped, but I have to charge it. So I drive to Hiroshima, hitting highway speeds to charge it. On the way back, I quit vaping that day, and I was like, damn, I could use a vape. Like, maybe I need it.
Yeah, just to get through this.
Yeah, like maybe I do need it. It is addictive. I'm addicted to it. I need to admit. Then I realized, why am I like backing this thing up? Why am I like giving this thing the benefit of the doubt?
And then you're like justifying it for it. Like you're on its defense counsel.
Why am I defending it? Like, why am I like in that night? If I do that, I'm like, well, might as well get another bottle of wine.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this thing is. I want to watch it die and enjoy every minute of it. Now, I would never say that about a living thing.
No, I got you. Yeah.
But these are inanimate objects that are literally trying to kill me. So, okay, I know my enemy. Now I need to destroy my enemy.
That's so real right there, because my man Kevin O'Hara that runs Habits V2, shout out Habits V2S. Kevin, what y'all do for everybody is amazing. I wouldn't be me without y'all. But one of the things he says about basically like you, and I mean this in he didn't say the word bitch. I'm going to say the word bitch. And I mean it in the context of non-animal related, so I don't want to offend any animals out there, and it's definitely not gender related, but it's bitch as in weakling, as in piece of shit, as in, we get what I mean, right, folks? So what he says is it Gollum, or what is it, Lord of the Rings? The little
Smeagol.
Yeah. So that little fucker, right? So Kevin, in a lot of his videos, you can find him on YouTube, Habits V2, really good perspective on things, and he's very good with the words, and he has an Irish accent, so it's even more fun to listen to. But he says that's basically what you're killing, is that little Gollum, that little Smeagol inside you that's like, oh, my precious, don't feed me. And like you said, that inanimate object, that helped me so much at one time when I had stopped, and then I relapsed too on a multitude of things. I think we were talking about it before. But I pictured killing that. Killing that thing inside of me that wanted it. And that was, like you said, killing me. So I'm enabling it to kill me. And it's just this like fat bastard from Austin Powers. Like, I eat because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because get in my belly. And then it's like getting in my mouth or get into my body, whatever it may be.
Bloodstream.
And I know that was like a good mentor of mine says, long road to a little house, but it's the same shit. You're trying to kill that little fucker inside you, that little bitch who just wants to be fed this bullshit that is bringing you down and ultimately not helping you be the best version of you. So what's that like, man? Like you're in the struggle of it right now, 5 days.
Dude, it's Friday.
Yeah.
I was not hungover. This week was awesome.
Yeah, no days of waking up feeling like shit.
Waking up running up a mountain.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he came out to the castle run. Shout out Alberto.
Running as much as I could. But I made
you did great, man. You did great. That was a great time that we made, and we made it all as a group. We started together now, and then we finished together now. Shout out to all those left, right Leos out there. Y'all know the cadence. We started together, we finished together. But that's what we did on Thursday morning, man. We do it either Thursdays or Fridays out here. It's a beautiful place out here in Japan. So it gets us all one, stake in the ground. Once a week we get off base and we go at 5:15 and we run up to the castle. And we earn that motherfucking sunrise together.
That was beautiful.
It was such a beautiful morning.
Happened if I would have driven back, gone to the 7-day, and bought that vape. It would have been
talking about that night on the Sunday or
on
when
the
you
Monday.
The Monday, you got you.
If I went there I mean, it would have been like, you know, the vape's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay, come here. It's okay. Okay, look, I know
Come to daddy. Come
you
here.
drive me crazy and you try to kill me, but I love you.
That's
you
right.
know,
That's right. It is. It's
cradling
like
the
that,
bottle,
man.
And now it's back in your life.
Yes, and that, man, we do that with so many things. So many things, dude.
It's like I gave the analogy. I was telling my friend about this. It's almost like, now the thing about it is when you have an addiction, it's not going to die completely.
No.
It's going to be there. So I put it like this. Imagine there's a vast forest.
Yeah.
And in this forest, there's a cabin that no one knows about except for the owners. And to get to that cabin, there's a road and there's a bridge going over this massive like canyon.
Yeah.
That's their only point. Now, the people in this canyon are loaded with like explosives and weapons. And these people are planning an attack in a month. They're going to hurt a lot of people. They're going to go to civilization, hurt a lot of people. So somehow I know about this cabin.
Yeah.
And I know about this bridge. And I know that there's a truck that just goes across the bridge, drops food off, doesn't ask questions, every week to give them food. Okay, I can't confront these people. They're armed. I can't touch it again. They're armed. They'll kill me. I'm going to cut off their source. I'm going to take that bridge out.
Okay.
Now I'm going to starve them out. Now they got to leave. Now they're distracted. They can't carry out their plan.
But they're still over there on the other side waiting.
They're still loaded, but now they don't have a bridge. Now they're starving.
And this is your metaphor
This is my metaphor
describe
for alcohol.
alcohol.
And,
Gotcha.
and vaping.
Gotcha.
Okay, if I go near it, then it's gonna hurt me.
You're outnumbered.
How do I cut it off? Okay, let me cut the source off. Let me
There you
starve
go.
it out. Just push it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's gonna, sooner or later, it's gonna get weak.
That's
It's
true.
a weird analogy, but that's like the way
If
I
it
was
works,
thinking
though, it
about
works, man. No, it's.
Yeah.
It's very similar to the thing I was telling you about. My man Kevin said about the letting it just starve. It
Starve
can't
it.
starve it, and it can't live on, or at least be as strong. But it might still be down there for years to come. Man, you know, my man, feed me.
But it sounds more pathetic every time it talks because it's
dying. You're not giving it no strength. Yeah.
It's that warrior mindset. It's almost like seeing this as an enemy.
Yes, and I think that really helps for some of us is to look at it like an enemy. And what we're talking about here is addictions and things that stop us from being the best versions of ourselves. That comes in many forms and fashion. Yes, the common ones are narcotics and stimulants and depressants and alcohol and pills, and we can keep going. Those are more the common ones, and nicotine for sure. Things that end in I&E, I've seen a trend, right? But the whole point being is some of these substances and things we can emphatically say they're not making you the better or best version of yourself. They're wasting your potential. So how do we weed those things out? And in the sense of we're talking about being resilient, being able to go through things and still endure the situation, but still come out to where, okay, I was impacted, but I'm not deeply affected or ruined because of this thing. So do you think with the vaping and the alcohol, it was affecting your personal resilience?
100%, man. So it started, I had my first beer when I was 17 at a party. My parents did this big party in our house. So many people, I'm like, shit, no one's going to know.
Yeah.
It was the Dos Equis. You know, the
the
stay
guy,
thirsty,
the most
my
interesting.
friends.
Yeah, stay thirsty, my friends.
Oh, yeah, the most interesting. And yes, I stay thirsty. I stay really thirsty. And so it got bad. I was on an island for 4 years in the Pacific called Kwajalein.
Uh-huh.
And 3 miles by 0.5 miles. I was going to do 2 years there, pay off loans, and then head to LA. COVID happened. We couldn't leave.
The ultimate monkey wrench.
Now, we didn't have any COVID there. We had no social distancing. I have no idea what happened.
Oh, yeah, because it never came to you.
Nothing.
Yeah,
It would have wiped out the population.
Yeah.
But you can't leave, and you're with the same people. So what do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you go to the bar every single night. Your supervisor's at the bar every single night, dude.
Yeah.
And just, the transformation in everything, my body, my confidence, my happiness just went down, went down. So finally, when I left, I said, I'm going to just leave it here. And I'm just not going to drink anymore.
Those habits.
Those habits.
Yeah.
They followed me here. They don't leave. And they follow me here. So the first year I was here, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that I missed all of society. Everything's different. Now I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Might as well numb it. Go to Yellow Brick, knock it back.
Yeah.
And it finally came to the point where I looked in the mirror, and I think everyone, if you're struggling.
Oh yeah, you said this yesterday morning. This is good.
Get a full length mirror. You can get them cheap. Go to Nitori, get one for like 3,000 yen. That's like $25. Get a full length mirror, and I'm not trying to say body shame yourself, but like look at yourself, not just how you look, but like look at your face.
Right.
When you're hungover, your bloated face, and like your eyes are half awake. I looked in the mirror. I said, "What do I want to be?" Because I am the opposite of that. And so I started cutting off. Now I started drinking at home. That's a bad idea,
dude. That is like the silent killer right there. Because when people think of like alcoholism and they think of like Wino and Park, and they think of like the one person that's like passed out in a public setting, right? Dude,
I've been both.
Hey, I've been all of the above. But the other part is like when you start you gave me some computer speakers because it was before Bluetooth speakers, and then I got some Bluetooth speakers. You give me that, like a pack of cigarettes, some Black and Milds, and any kind of alcohol I want, I will sit there by my motherfucking self, all by myself, and get fucked up.
Listening to your own jams.
Listening to my own shit, texting people all day, all night, calling people and fucking talking forever. And then the next day apologizing for half or a majority of the shit I said, right? Like that's when it gets scary. And there are people that will socially drink and they abuse it and binge in that way too. So I'm not saying that that's not happening or that's not a problem, but I will say that, man, I it's funny too. I knew, you be in the military environment, that, people can tell signs. So I would go to social settings and kind of have like a little bit and just kind of sip a beer or something like that. But when I went home, that's when I was getting real fucked up. Because I was smart enough not to show my ass in front of everybody. Not always, but I was smart enough to know like time and place. Right. But when I went home, that was when I got most hammered. That's when I would kill a whole fifth every day. Yeah.
I'm like, it's almost like, how do I just have one? When I start drinking, I'm like, okay, this is going to end with me going to sleep because of this. Yeah. Or blacking out. Yeah. Like the people who are like, I blacked out once. I'm like, dude, I think I blacked out more times than I have. And
that's what's scary. And that's what's scary, man. Because you don't know what could occur, whether somebody hurts you or I remember my older brother said it one time. Very great man. I love you, Jay. I love you, man. But he had said that I was getting fucked up and he wasn't. He was like, man, I just don't like to get like that because like I think about the kids and he's got kids. I got kids too. I didn't think about that. He was like, because if something happens, I want to be able to respond. And I was like, oh, I should probably think about that too. Yeah. I didn't know. And I remember one time, man, I deserved it, right? There's a mentality. It was a Friday or Saturday night. And my wife had went out with a friend, and she never does that really, but they had went out to have like a little girls' night out, and we were living in South Carolina at the time. And I bring this up because these are the things that we don't, you could accidentally get hurt or you could accidentally hurt somebody. I had my newborn son, right? He's a newborn. So fucking stupid I was. I got so fucked up. Like sometimes I'll daydream about this and go like straight almost anxiety attack because I'll daydream about what could have been. Your head, But eventually, I just kept turning up and drinking, and he went to sleep, and I had him on the couch, and I don't know what I was doing, but I was laying next to him, and I woke up to like my wife being like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, what the like?" I was totally just blacked out, and there's this baby next to me crying. But here's the thing: I think about the episode of Sopranos when Christopher they had the little puppy or the cat or whatever it was that Adriana had. Yeah, Adriana. Awesome. Yeah, and he fucking got fucked up on heroin or whatever it was, and he passed out on the cat and killed it. I literally, man, like SIDS, like the infant man. I was, bro, I was so afraid. Like if I would have just rolled to the left instead of to the right, I was so gone. I was so blacked out. I could have literally like killed my son, man. Yeah, man. And that's DJ Sippy Cup, right? Sippy Cup. Man. I think about it sometimes, but I bring that up not as a horror story or to say wow or to validate anybody thinking Cam's a piece of shit, but what could have been, right? And then I've heard of a lot of people that have been charged with sexual assault or have gotten to a situation like that to where they were drunk to the point where they don't remember it, or B, they didn't have the judgment at the time to realize. And I'm not trying to save face for those who sexually assault people. That's not right. That's not good. That's bad behavior. Right. But there are those that are convicted of these things that hurt people that wasn't really their full intention when they started their day or their night. It's just in that state they did these things. So I just, man, it sucks, dude. And I know I probably sound like a fucking prohibitionist, but no. Alcohol is so, it can be so bad. I'll never understand how people can have two. I'll never understand how people can socially drink.
Oh yeah.
I'll never
just drink like, well, glad to know ya. We're gonna
I
head
will
home.
never understand that. I just can't. I get it in rational terms, but as far as in applying it to me, it was just never a thing. I'd be sitting here talking to you right now drinking, and I'd be looking at my cup thinking about, I need to fill this shit up.
Oh yeah, when it's empty,
fuck,
it's
that line's getting long. I need to,
more.
or you know what? Let me just go ahead and put a little bit more in here, and then as the time goes on, and then I'm like a puppy chasing my tail.
Oh yeah.
It just goes on and on. But my man, well, you could really do some things that you regret. And I know a lot of people who have killed themselves while they've been drunk. And I would argue, dog, like, I don't think all of them would have killed themselves, or they'd still be alive if they hadn't drank. Like, they didn't die from drinking, but they died from hanging themselves while drunk.
Yeah.
They died from shooting themselves in the fucking head while drunk. And I did that, attempted that, all of the above a few times.
Yeah,
like
I lost a friend like that. Yeah.
It sucks, man.
It sucks. Yeah, man. There's a thing. I was in AA for like a few days, and then I was like, I get it. It's not for me. But there was something that they read off every meeting, and it's something like, if you can drink and you can have one or two, then hats off to you.
Great for you, man.
But I can't.
I can't.
And it doesn't, if you can, awesome.
Yeah.
But we can't, and we are acknowledging that.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I mean, just the amount of, I remember one time on Quad, I woke up in a shed at night in a storm with tools everywhere. I don't know how I did that, but I just like.
Where was it? This was in the island that you were on?
In the island. And like, I'm just like, what the fuck? I just go back to sleep on this wooden table.
Yeah.
The sun comes out, I wake up and I stumble out, and there's a dude riding his bike. I go, excuse me, where am I? And he goes, you're in Kwajalein, Marshall Islands. I'm like, yeah, but where? And he goes, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine, I just can't find my backpack. He goes, no, you look like you're hurt. And I look down, and there's nail scratch marks like in my inner thigh.
Like somebody had scratched you?
Yeah, like
wow.
here. And I'm like, I don't know what happened. He says, you're going to the hospital.
Yeah.
So they take me to the hospital. They said, did something happen to you? And I go, I don't. They're like, what do you mean? Well, I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, do you feel different down there?
Yeah,
I go,
yeah.
no, I
wow,
don't.
Man.
And they check. They're like, hey, nothing happened. You don't remember anything? I said, I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, listen, you're new here. We're going to let you know right now. People get kicked off this island for that.
Yeah.
We're just giving you a warning. Don't let this happen again.
Yeah.
I think that would stop me. So I didn't do anything. I mean, I have run into so many palm trees in my life. I think I have like the head of a box.
Like while you're out at like Walmart, you're like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, palm tree, or like
no,
you actually
like riding
physically
my bike
collide.
and then just like I got a big mark on my head. Like what the hell?
Shit.
Just palm trees everywhere there.
Yeah.
But like, in here once they happened here, man.
Yeah.
I've been here for a year. I woke up on I don't know whose porch.
Yeah.
Some kind soul's porch. Or some kind soul put me on their porch. And I got up and I'm like, you just did it again, and you are almost 30 years old, man.
Yeah, man.
And you're doing this again. So I stumbled. There was a temple. I just sat at the temple, and I saw some people, and they spoke English. I'm like, can you just take me? This is before I spoke Japanese. Can you just take me home?
Yeah.
They took me home, and I just sat there. Oh, I didn't have my keys.
Uh-huh.
This is the thing that I cringe at. I knock on my neighbor's door, and I say, I don't have my keys. And he says, where were you? And I've lied. I'm like, alcohol, you lie when you drink.
Yeah.
I was jogging. And it's obvious. I have curry spilled all over my, I just reek of it. His two daughters, his two little girls come out, and I'm sitting there in the cold next to my door waiting for the apartment company to come with their keys. And they're talking to me like, what's wrong? What happened to you? Like, are you, and I'm just sitting there like, dude, you're not a loser, but right now at this moment, you are being a loser, man.
Yeah.
You are being the worst version of yourself. They unlock the door, I get in, I go to sleep. I wake up like, that sucked.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah.
And this is the first, you're the first person I'm telling about this.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it sucked. It absolutely sucked. Now, I will say I had a lot of hilarious things happen.
Yeah.
I'd have the CBs. It'd be a weekend. I get a text like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, I'm sleeping in. They're like, come downstairs. I'm going to show you something. They give me a beer.
Yeah.
They're like, put this in between your legs. I'm like, what? They're like, put this in between your legs, like up, like next to touching your gooch.
Yeah,
right?
I got
I'm
you.
like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what is this?
I put it there. The guy walks maybe 20 paces, turns around, pulls out a metal dart. Before I think, he throws it, pierces the can. I'm like, what? I want kids, dude.
Yeah.
And he grabs it and he goes, never miss, opens it, shotguns the. I'm like, okay, that just touched my
Yeah. There's
The
goose germs
CVs
on
are
there.
crazy. I
Yeah.
love them. Shout out to the CVs, man.
Oh yeah, no, CVs are some fun people, man.
Their
They got a
running
fun
cadence,
culture.
Their
Oh,
running cadence. They start out, oh shit.
Oh,
They just start
yeah.
jogging.
They stole that from us. They stole that from us.
They stole that from
I'm
the
just playing. No, it's all. They got a cool culture, but similar to many cultures. I mean, you know, it's you deserve it. It's Friday night mentality, and this is what we do.
Right.
And some that isn't the best. I don't think it's good for anybody. I'm not even going to try to save face and justify, but that shit gets out of hand. And there are some fun moments. And I forgot the comic's name. She's so awesome. Her name's going to come to me later on. But she was on Rogan one time and she was talking about when she had got clean and she had stopped drinking. Right?
Whitney Cummings?
No, not Whitney. Not Whitney.
Blonde hair.
Blonde hair. Yes, amazing comic. Hilarious as shit. But she said I do miss the 2-drink. Like buzz level, like the oh shit, like this is my fucking song. She was like, I will never have that again. And I was like, damn, she's so right. Like, she said, I'll never be in a bar and somebody walking in and be like, this is my best friend ever. Oh my god. Yep. But it's so real, like that enthusiasm. Like you won't get that like that pinch of high, but you can tell me the other morning you didn't feel a good high. You know what I'm saying? And it was much more fulfilling than that little shitty fake feeling. Dude, or I love you so much. And no, you don't.
When you're like feeling like, why do I always feel like shit? And then you stop and then you wake up like, why is this amazing? Oh, I'm not hungover.
Yeah.
This is just me normal.
Yeah.
This is my moment. That's my life moment right there, man.
Yeah, man. It's a very, like, I read sometimes people post it and shit. They say Saturdays hit different when you wake up sober.
Oh, yeah.
Or like the birds and it doesn't mean, I mean, some people work nights and they can't wake up early, but wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, you wake up feeling refreshed and not feeling like shit. And I don't know what it is with alcohol, but there is a side of it, and I think anybody can admit this, so I'm not trying to be too vulgar or risque, whatever, but there's a thing like after a hangover, like you're usually really anxious and like, what the fuck did I do wrong? And you'll like pulse check everything and hit everybody up and be like, did I do anything? And they're like, nah, bro, you were good. Like, no, don't worry, your friends are still your friends. And you're like, no, I think it's because you kill so much of your judgment and so much of your, holding back your filter that the next day it's like an overkill of reproducing those stuff. But the other thing is too, like sex, right? Mm-hmm. It kills your testosterone. It kills all of your libido, right? Alcohol does. And the next day, like, people will be horny as shit. And I think it's because, this is what I'm coming up with. I didn't read on this or anything, but the fact that you just like sucked all of that out, all of that, like whether it's the filter or the testosterone, reproduction hormones, all of that stuff just got all dumped in like a 3 or 4 hour span if you do the math. Mm-hmm. Like I remember Jay-Z said one time, I spent all this money on Ace of Spades just to piss it out. Like literally you're putting all this in you just to piss out.
Oh, and I pissed out thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars, man. And not only that, but like the next day is fucked up. So it's like I got a little 4 or 5 hour high, maybe like I had fun, whatever the fuck that means, right? But now I'm paying for it for like a whole day, let alone maybe the next day. Then there's like the food you buy with it, and then you're like, fuck it, I'm already drinking, so I might as well just eat this fucking pizza because I need something. I need something to soak it up.
Soak it up.
That is some bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't think that's scientifically proven at all. But it really derails your whole system and puts you all out of whack. And oh yeah, by the way, here's Monday, you go to work. Or if you're one that does that during the week.
Weekend's gone. It's Sunday afternoon.
You feel not refreshed at all.
You were just trying to cure yourself.
You're wasting your fucking time is what I'm saying, man. Mm-hmm. It's wasted. And I get it. I get it. Some people, they can do that and they're like, no, I don't get down like that. There's people out there who lie and be like, I don't even get hangovers. I'm like, well, you don't fucking drink like I drink, motherfucker. Right? It's just science, man. It's just math. But are you really having a rest and relaxing weekend, and are you really recharged and being able to fill back up? Like, no, I don't think so at all. And now you're kind of like never recharged, and now you're going back into your new week or whatever like that. And it's just such a over the time. I mean, I think about what Bruce Lee said a lot. I always am quoting him. But he said, you think about it, he lived to be 32 years old, bro. Mm-hmm. 32 years old, and there's the impact and legacy he left behind, right? But one of the things he said is that if you love life, don't waste time. Mm-hmm. For time is what life is made up of.
Amen.
If you love life, don't waste time. For time is what life is made up of. So I can't think of any looking at the way I did it, the way I consumed alcohol and things, I can't tell you a more waste of time because I can still have a social connection with people. That's needed. That's necessary. I still can listen to music. I can still enjoy people. Now, I had to stay away from certain things I'm about 4 years in May of no drinking, right?
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. But initially, I wasn't going to be able to be in that type of scene or whatever. And I respect everybody for that, right? But such a waste of time, and then having to apologize for it to people, and then having to feel like shit and feel like, oh man, what did I do? And that's just if you just were just an asshole and just got loud or said something or got maybe too flirty or maybe a little too close when you were talking to people. Or, look how much I talk here on this podcast. Can you imagine me drunk? Holy shit, talk about conversation domination. But that's another point that Kevin makes, is that it's so selfish.
It is, yeah.
Because you get to feel like this great feeling. Others around you have the opportunity to, but everything you talk about, everything you get to eventually is all eventually things you can't control or things you want to just shed your shitty opinion about.
Right.
Like you give the rights to the world, as he says it. And then you sit around for hours and talk about the same shit. Like, it turns into you're the guys on King of the Hill just, yep. And I'm not dissing. I love that show.
Rocks.
And to each their own on what they want to do, but is that a waste of time, or is that you being the best version of yourself?
But you mentioned something. You said when you do finally get past that, you said it's almost like you got this source of fuel.
Yes.
Now you can, and I was telling you, because I think the same thing. Like you can go through this, and you did all these things, and you learned from it. And for me, it was just I'm just stupid, and like I don't do anything harmful. I'm just like, I'm annoying. When I drink, I'll speak different languages that I don't even know. I remember one time I was looking in the mirror and I'm like talking to myself in like harsh German, like some like Gestapo officer. I'm like, "Ist leint und wir kennt Alberto," scolding myself like, "You're drunk again." And here's the thing, I don't speak German. So I don't know what I was saying. I was just mumbling off.
If you offend anybody, we are sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, sorry, that was
Demi Lovato.
I literally that was basically like the Sims version of German. They're not saying anything, but we have all these experiences. Okay, what do? It's like oil. Oil's in the ground, useless, right?
Yes.
We have these things, but if we get that oil and we make it into fuel, rocket fuel, how we can propel. So what do we learn from these experiences? Oh, who's up?
So I wanted to pull up that reference that we were talking about. But I'm my own Jamie, so.
Oh, yes. Jamie, pull it up. Perfect, yeah. We're looking for a Jamie for this next one.
Yeah, so the fuel. So back to fuel, right?
You'll use these. You can either just forget these experiences and not learn anything, or be like, okay, I'm not going to go there again. In fact, all that time wasted.
Yep.
It's not wasted time. I don't see it as wasted time. I see my experience on that island was, you want to go entertain? Okay, but you got a lot of things you got to learn about yourself. The universe is like, I'm going to put you on this island for 4 years. Go crazy.
Yeah.
You go crazy with pills, with Adderall. You go crazy with booze. You sleep around, and you see how that shit feels.
Yeah.
Do it until you can't stand the taste of it. I can't stand the taste of Sunday, I had a bottle of wine. It's daytime. I'm drinking it. I'm like, this is nasty.
Yeah.
It was Pinot Noir. I'm like, this is disgusting. And I vape. I'm like, vaping makes me feel like shit. Man.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about, but I remember, I never forget this. It brought a flashback. I never, ever forget this. It was nighttime on Quaj at the bar.
Uh-huh.
They closed everything. They shut the lights off, but we're in the back outside, still drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get our phones, we put the beer bottles over our phone lights so we can have lanterns. And I am so drunk, and I have smoked so many cigarettes, but I'm still awake, probably from Adderall.
Yeah.
I feel horrible. So I drink more to get that feeling gone.
Oh,
but
yeah.
that is what's causing the feeling.
Yep.
And I am sitting there drinking. I taste so many cigarettes. All the people around me are yelling, talking about nothing.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there, and the only thought that went through my head was, I'm in hell. I am in hell right now. I am in the opposite of where I want to be.
Yeah.
I never forget that moment. I'm
That's
fighting
something.
tears right now thinking of that
No,
moment.
that's something.
And like, I think, but it's like, then you do it again.
Yeah.
You get, time goes by, like, oh, I can have one.
Yep.
It's insanity.
Bro,
You're just expecting different results. So it's that change. I'm glad those things happened.
Yes.
And I'm glad the universe was like, you're going to learn. Almost like, okay, you like cigarettes? Here's a whole carton. That old dad move.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't...
It doesn't work, yeah.
No,
You never do that to
Your
your
throat
kid.
burns for a few days, and then you probably are now a smoker for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've done that so many times, bro. And I just shout out to the Honorable Mr. Mattis, if that's not unprofessional enough to say shout out to Mad Dog Mattis. But one thing he said during OIF was complacency kills.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned to really understand that now as I'm older, because I didn't get it then by any means to the full extent of it. I thought about it more in a tactical sense, like don't let your guard down, you're an easy target, et cetera, you know, combat. But in life in general, bro, like you'll be I negotiated with myself on behalf of the defense counsel for the fucking shitty habits of me, right? And I'm like, well, you know, that was a maturity thing, and you know, if I just, you know, if I only drink on the weekends, and then, well, you know what, I really like Crown Royal, so I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna have some, like, I don't know, some Jack, because Jack, you know, it's always something. Always gets to the same end state. Like, I'd be sitting there getting drunk off of wine coolers. Like, it doesn't matter. And then I'm sneaking shots when people aren't looking.
I've done that.
I do that so often, man. The airplane bottles in my pocket, just go off to the side and be like, I'm going to pee, and down like a whole thing of Jack, or down like a little tiny thing of Crown.
Come back smelling like hand sanitizer. Like they were out of soap. It's like, you smell like straight up absolute.
Bro, I mean, so bad. I mean, and somebody out there's listening is like, damn, I do that shit too. And I'm telling you, it's just not gonna. It doesn't go in a good direction. And it may work out, but like, even if you live 70 years like that, which. Right. Did you live your best 70 years?
Dude.
You know, and that's a big thing that I look at now. Not just, you know, because some people out here and they listen and they go, "Ah, fuck you, man. You only live once. Fucking live it up, man, bro." Once. Right, exactly. So like they say over at YOLO, live well, right, and good vibes only. But are you living the best version of yourself? Because I'm at the point now where I give a fuck less about quantity of time. I'm about quality of time. I give a fuck less about quantity of people who like me. I'm about the quality of people I have genuine relationships with. 100%. And I think I've understood that as I gotten older, but that part of it that played into there was complacency, right? And that comic, I just looked it up, Nikki Glazer. I can't believe it. I love Nikki Glazer. So fucking hilarious. Beautiful person, beautiful soul, awesome comedy, just a great talent in our world. But it totally kills. Anybody ever wants to say that women aren't funny? Listen to Nikki Glazer.
Hilarious.
She's hilarious. Just a funny human being.
Emma Willman is another one.
But she definitely breaks
Jordan
down.
Johnson.
Oh man, dude! Oh my god,
dude, I love comedy. Dude.
I do too. I do too. And some of the best comics. And one of my biggest comedian mentors is a lady, Bobby Oliver, in LA. She runs a Tao Comedy Studio, and she has a book called The Tao of Comedy. But yeah, that whole like gender thing or whatever, that's some bullshit. That's bullshit. There's some of the most funny humans I know are women. My Aunt Bunny is a hilarious fucking, not famous, but she is fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And she taught me Aunt Bunny because that comes from a reference to Eddie Murphy's stand-up bit about Aunt Bunny falling down the stairs and having a mustache and shit.
Oh,
so
I haven't heard that one.
I was raised on that shit. Eddie Murphy Delirious.
That's from Delirious?
That's from Delirious, yeah. We talk about Goonie Goo Goo and shit.
I haven't seen that special.
Aunt Bunny got a mustache. That's the best shit in the whole world.
Damn. A lot of I mean, the thing is, like, I started comedy, I was 17, and I stopped when I was 20. I sucked.
Oh, man,
I'm talking to people in their 30s who went through the ringer, and I'm like, yeah, fucking, you know, 9/11 made it hard for me to go through security. They're like, you fucking hack. You need to wake up in a field with a handle of vodka with no shirt on, then we'll talk. Now, I'm not saying to do that.
Don't do that, everyone.
But you need to go through life. And I went
feel
through
some pain.
You got to feel some pain. And I went 10 years doing that. And I got on stage in Tokyo when I got here. I haven't gone on stage for years, almost a decade. I got on, I was so nervous. They're like, you do the open mic on Zoom. Yeah, we run that. You can get.
But that was during COVID though, right?
This is after COVID. This is when I got
So you were
here.
doing open mics when you were at the Marshall Islands?
No, I started doing those on Zoom here.
Okay.
But that was my first time on stage. I was nervous. Dude, I killed because I had experience from what I had. And I'm not saying that this is something to do. I'm saying, like, if you are going through that and you get out of there, don't ever think it was a waste of time.
You talking about so when I was describing like how I was saying that if you love life, don't waste time. That time I spent fucked up, that wasn't a waste.
That wasn't a waste.
Okay.
That wasn't a waste. If you choose to learn from it, it's not a it is a fuel.
Okay.
It is a fuel, and
But it's a waste if you don't use it.
It's a waste if you don't use it, or at least
continue to do the same shit.
If you do the same shit, then now you're just putting more oil in the ground. You're slaying dinosaurs, and they are becoming oil. You got to suck them up and put them in a Elon Musk rocket and get over to Mars, man. But like, I mean, it's that. Yeah, man, it's that. I did so well that night, and I'm like, okay, it sucks. Thank goodness I didn't do any permanent damage to my body.
Right.
But I remember seeing these dudes 50, 60, 70 years old at the bar, and I'm like, I'm not going to become like them.
Yeah.
And I kept doing it, and something, always listen to your subconscious. It's always right. It was like, well, then when? When are you going to? Because you're getting older and you're still doing this.
Oh, it was what they say, day one or one day or one day or day one?
One day or day one, you decide.
You decide every day.
And that Monday was my day. I made it 123 days in 2021, and I relapsed because my girlfriend at the time, it was back to school, and I'm like, I made it 123 days. I can have a coconut with rum. I can't have a coconut with rum. Yeah.
It's. I mean, you can physically, you can ingest it, but you shouldn't.
I won't remember it.
There's like you can and should, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't. I can do a lot of those things too, and I don't feel like if I was to drink tomorrow that like, oh my God, all that time was just wasted and it's gone. As far as like the time towards sobriety, it just starts a new mark because I've definitely stopped and started and stopped and started and everything like that. But at this point, it's how to be the better version, the best version of ourselves, and that for me, I can't speak for everybody, doesn't allow me to be a best version of myself, and you know, it stops me from just connecting with you right now. If it was this time of happy hour, like even knowing you right now, this would have never happened. I would have never started an open mic out here. I would have never been doing this. So I totally get what you're saying about it not being a waste of time. And what I mean when I say waste of time is that it's time not well spent. But I do agree with you in the sense that it does add up to something if you use it in the right way. Because I've recently this came to me. I think they call it like an epiphany or revelation or whatever you want to say. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity. One of the best songs ever, Jay-Z. Black Album. He said he was done and then he came back. But anyway.
Second Jay-Z reference I've heard today.
But the moment of clarity was a few weeks ago we were doing a podcast with somebody and I was like, you know what, man? Like, what if we only go through things, right? Because if you think about humans, right? Not saying this, the planet and the oceans, like animals do what they do, nature does what it does. But things that impact humans, right, are never, ever done by anything other than humans.
That's true.
Whether it's inventions or creations, or maybe it's inspired by a deity or whatever it is, but that human is still the one carrying it out, right?
Yes.
And I thought about it like, well, what if as humans, and the whole thing I opened up with was that whole making your mess your message, a testimony. What if you only go through things, you only suffer certain pains just to be able to have the credibility to relate, advise, and guide somebody else through their time of whatever? And that shit, when I realized that, it made everything be like, no, it wasn't a waste. I don't regret it. There's definitely some moments I wish I could take back. Like I just said, like I almost killed myself a few times. Right. I could have had my son die from SIDS, not because of him, but because of me, because I'm too fucked up and irresponsible and just fucking stupid. And I was just having a few that turned into a whole lot more than a few,
it's
right?
Crazy how having a few. Yep.
Right? Or just so many times, I wish they could have went different. But at the same time, I wouldn't have the validity I have. I wouldn't have the credibility I have to be able to look at somebody else who struggles in these same ways or hates themselves for certain things and go, hey, I don't know exactly what you feel because we're all as unique as our fingerprints, but I'm picking up what you're laying down, and this is kind of what may have helped me. Not saying it'll fix everything, but this approach won't make things worse for you. I think there's that's the beauty in the struggle, is because you can take it and use it to help someone else. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. And I would always see, I remember when I was on the wagon, when I was off the wagon, chasing the wagon, I would see all these motivational things on YouTube and Instagram. And I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
like, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
But then like, as I'm like, oh no, they actually have a point. There's a reason there's so many out there, people who rose up from some bullshit who are like, hey, it's going to get better. Because it's true. It's going to get better. Yeah.
Shout out to Rex that made that beat. Mm-hmm. I was talking to him in San Diego when I was out there, and he was talking about, we were talking about the word, like cliche. Like, oh, that's cringy, that's cliche. Well, things are cliche because they're fucking true.
They're true.
If it was some dumbass shit that didn't make sense, they'd be like, Alberto, why the fuck did you say that? Don't ever say that again. You'd be like, yeah, I shouldn't probably say that again. And you just don't say that stupid comment again. Right. But when you say like no pain, no gain, like it or not, we're all we got. Fucking keep going. I can keep going with them, right? Keep moving forward. And you're like, fucking cliche, whatever, bro. It's cliche because it's true. Things don't get to be cliche unless they're fucking true.
And dude, I told you this yesterday when we were running, but people were like, oh, what are you? You one of those gym guys now? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I love that shit. I love going to the gym with the boys. I love having debates over creatine, when to take it.
Yeah.
I love having debates over calisthenics versus body, like weightlifting.
Right.
Because I'd rather do that than going to the bar with the boys.
Yeah.
And sharing shots.
Yeah.
And having arguments we're not going to remember. And I'd rather see us I'd rather see them improving themselves than seeing us fall together.
Yeah.
Becoming the worst versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
Just getting wasted.
That's-
I'd rather see us building each other up. So yeah, people are like, you a gym rat now? I'm like, yeah, because I'd rather be a gym rat than a barfly.
Yeah, I mean,
And this is just me.
Yeah,
again.
no, exactly, and that's what we're speaking on, folks. We're not judging anybody. Trust me, I have been that many days in my life, and you know what? If I don't fucking stay ahead of myself, I'll fucking do it again. I'll be there again, right? Nothing is perfect in life by any means. I'm not fucking perfect, but I will say that this way is better than that way was, and this feels a whole lot better. And I know that life is just, it has more quality to it. Has more quality in the moments. But I'd be a lie to tell you I don't sometimes go, you know what would be nice right now? If I got, and then you go, you know what wouldn't be nice right now? If I did something offensive or hurt somebody's feelings, or if I wasted a day tonight, because tomorrow I'm going to eventually get sober again, right? And that's where it talks about in that, I cited that APA article about building resilience and maintaining. I'll post it if anybody wants to read it, but it's really good. But one of the things it talks about is how we use substances when we go through trauma or hard times, right? And that's the thing. We're all broken in our own way. Coming out of the Marine Corps said that a few years ago in a mental wellness letter. We're all broken. Everybody's dealing with something, and nobody ever truly gets over it, whatever your it may be. And I'm doing quotations. But if you pour substances on it, you really don't learn how to cope and how to move forward. You're kind of putting a bandage on something that requires a surgery, and it's not helping, and you're just prolonging the pain, or you're just running away from it. And I get the intent to do that, because when my brother was killed a few years ago, man, I stayed fucking so drunk for like 4 weeks after that. Right. But as soon as I couldn't drink and I had to go be back a part of the world, bro, all of that grief hit me like so fucking hard.
You started.
Yeah, and I had wasted all those chemicals, right? So I think there was a overabundance of, the brain's like, oh shit, we got to reproduce these things, but it overproduces it, and now I'm anxious as fuck, I'm sad as fuck, I'm feeling guilty, I'm shamed as fuck, and that thing, you never get over losing somebody, you never get over trauma, you just have to learn how to deal with it and how to cope with it and how to move forward with it. And there's no one size fits all solution for anybody, but to be closed-minded and to say, oh, I'm just going to keep on doing this because this is what men do. Right. We just have a bottle and that's what we do.
A little hair on your chest.
Yeah, I think we make it harder on ourselves, but it's hard to face those things and to work through that pain, to go to counseling, to go to therapy, to eventually be open-minded enough to potentially be on medication that may help you. I'm on all of that shit. But if you told me 10 years ago I'd be sitting here talking about this, I'd be like, yeah, right, that's a bitch. He a bitch. That's what I would say. I'm not lying to you. That's what my outlook was, and that's why I share that so much, because I know if I thought like that, somebody right now within like a 20-mile radius is thinking just like that right now. Oh, yeah. And I don't know how many people I misled with kind of being part of the problem. And reinforcing shitty stigma of, but it just not being the best version of yourself, and that hierarchy of needs, that Maslow self-actualization, it's so real self-actualization. But the Nikki Glazer's thing, and talking about comedy and art, she said she was afraid she wouldn't be funny anymore. She wouldn't be, but she actually got better.
Play that, and then I'm going to follow up on that, because that's a great point.
I would love to play it, but I don't want anybody to hit me because rights and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to definitely post the link in the show notes, because it really breaks down how you can think like, and you're insecure or whatever it may be, but when I quit drinking or I quit doing these things, I'm not going to be funny anymore. I'm not going to be fun anymore. Dude, I went to the ball. I went to the ball last year, and that's like the ultimate binge drinking session. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I had one dude come up to me. He gave me a compliment. He said, "You're the most lit, sober person I've ever met."
You know? That's very true.
And I Yeah, I was, because I was enjoying the camaraderie. I was enjoying the time with people. I love music, right? Now, I couldn't have done this 4 months after quitting, but almost 4 years after quitting, I'm in a different place, a different space. But I'm like, I'm not going to, like, alcohol has already fucking taken enough away from me. It's already taken enough of my own dignity and self-respect. Why the fuck am I going to let it take away me celebrating and being with my people and being with my bride and being out here on this dance floor and enjoying this moment? Because it's a trigger for me. Fuck alcohol.
It's
die,
looking
bitch.
at you like, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Die,
bitch.
Gollum. Die, you little fuck.
Right.
And that's what I did that night. I fucking killed him. But you know what I did? I drank the fuck out some Red Bull. I was hype as shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I needed that little
Oh,
bite,
yeah.
but that's just what it was, and that's what it is for me. But alcohol has taken enough away from me.
It has.
I don't think because you're sober you have to be a boring, nerdy fuck. Like, that's not the case.
That is absolutely not.
I have a lot more fun and on meaningful things in not having alcohol. And sober to me is not just like, I'm sober so I don't take substance. Sobering is like when we say, oh, this was sobering. Like, it's just fulfilling. And I feel like far more fulfilled. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Loud. Tracy Morgan, he said, I'm enjoying sobriety. And that's exactly how I feel. Like, no, I am lit right now.
Right.
Because I'm sober. And
Yeah.
that's new to me, kind of thing. I was watching on the way to Hiroshima, watching my stand-up I did at YOLO.
Uh-huh.
I was drinking then.
Yeah.
I sucked at my timing, but I didn't know that at the time. I'm listening to it. I mean, it's just like, I mean, you guys probably heard it. It's like, not hitting the punches at all.
Yeah.
Slur, just closing my eyes. And I'm like, shit, dude. Because my thing was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to loosen up on stage.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm not nervous on stage.
Right.
It was
So you really didn't need it for that.
I didn't need it.
Yeah,
I was
you
just, it was an excuse.
There's your defense counsel coming up.
Exactly.
Making the case.
Just make like, yeah, this you need it just to loosen up.
Yeah, take the edge off.
Take the edge off.
Take the edge off.
And I'm like, I don't need that. And then I go on stage and I listen to sets that I do sober, so much better. I'm hitting the beats that I want to hit. I'm like, this is, I mean, I'm going to use those to show other, clubs instead. But you were talking about, your past self saying like, oh, you're a little bitch for doing that. I started thinking about like my fourth grade self. If I could see him right now,
oh man,
and he goes, so how was it? How is it so far? How's it going?
Yeah.
And I was like, just wasted, like hungover, out of shape, and looking at him, I'd be like, dude, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make it better. You're gonna go far. You're gonna get good gigs and everything. But you yourself, like, shit's gonna happen. But I promise you, I'm gonna make it better. And I always remember just my fourth grade self being like, how's it going?
Yeah, that's really deep.
Yeah,
I like that.
When I'm 40, he comes back again. So how's it going? I'm
like some Christmas Carol type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. That's good. They talk about like that zooming out kind of thing. And that's where kind of inspired by where I say, hey, wouldn't it be nice tonight? You know what wouldn't be nice? Is to be regretful for everything of the rest of the day. You know what I mean? So it's like you play that movie back, you play it forward, whatever is going to be effective, right? But look, and we talked about this yesterday, and this was inspired by some of the episode of episode 33 of the Huberman Lab. Shout out to Dr. Huberman. I don't know him, but I'm trying to give people good resources here, right? He talked with Dr. Anna Lemke, both Stanford professors, doctors, whatever you want to say. I'm not even trying. I'm trying to sound smart right now, y'all. Look, man, they work at fucking Stanford.
They
and
went
say
to
some good
college
shit.
for 8 years.
They went to college and shit. You know what I'm saying? They educated as shit. But
they have a lot of debt.
But she has a book called Dopamine Nation that came out, and I want to start listening to it and reading it. But she was talking about how people, and Andrew Huberman asked this question, that people get sober, like they get addicted to sobriety. Mm-hmm. And it's like, they'll be like, hey, this meeting I went to and this whatever. And she was like, well, like going to meetings isn't going to kill anybody, right? That's not going to ruin somebody's life, right? But B, yes, they are. They are, because you are connecting. And when you connect to people, guess what we're doing right now? If we could be on our brain scan, there's some oxytocin flowing right now because we're connecting, we're vibing. With that, endorphins and feel-good dopamine. Because like we talked about it too, I fucking hate small talk.
Me too, man.
Dude, I'm sure people think of me in public settings like, that dude's weird, what's wrong with him? He's always so outgoing and stuff. But like, I don't give a fuck fuck about the weather. I don't want to ask you, so what is it that you do? Like, I
like
wanna,
an LA person?
Bro, I can't. Like, I just can't stand it. Like, it makes me anxious. It makes me anxious in a group of people because I'm like, I want to ask you what was your biggest fucking mistake ever in your whole life? And if you could do it all over again, what the fuck would you do different? And do you believe in God or do you want to not die? And if you did die, how would you want to die? And what is the one way that you're fucking afraid to die? And who have you ever known that's really died close to you? And how are you feeling about that?
And also, my name's Cam. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Right? Like, I know it sounds dark and twisted, but like, I want to connect to humans. And just meaningless, just elbow rubbing means fucking shit to me.
I've had enough of useless conversations, sober and out of my mind.
And maybe that's what it is too, because it's so reminiscent of the bullshit talk of being just fucked up. And like I say, not using my time wisely and wasting time.
Realizing like, this is limited, and I want to know more about.
Like, think about going on stage, right? Like, in the States, like, I've waited 3-4 hours to do 2 minutes in front of 5 people because everybody cleared out, they did their time, and they left, right? So you waste the opportunity that could be in going on stage. We get the opportunity to go on stage. Finally, it's this one nighter, this one particular opportunity, and now when you're up there, you're blowing it.
Yes.
Like, you're blowing it because you're not even getting to really assess yourself because you're assessing a fucked up version of yourself. Right. And that same goes with when we're like trying to do therapy and things like that. And like, there might be somebody trying to counsel us or guide us. They can't really ping or get on like a real calibration of where you're at when you're fucked up all the time, because all of that's distorted. And even for you professing what's going on, you're fucked up in that. So, but back to the point I was trying to make about, like, you can be addicted to good things. Like Professor White at Old Dominion University said this one time, and he's from West Virginia, and his last name's White, so we saw the documentary, right? But he remember growing up and watching his family get all fucked up all the time, and he wondered it then, why can't I be addicted to being a good father? Why can't I be addicted to community service? Why can't I be addicted? Like, literally at one point, I got addicted to reading books. I got addicted to reading books. Like, I would drink tea at night and I would read books and I would listen to like some fucking Yaruma, shout out Yaruma, and Philip Wesley fucking Pandora stations. And I would just listen to books. But if I didn't do it, I didn't feel fulfilled. If I didn't write in my journal, I wouldn't feel fulfilled. I would be like itching for like whatever. But guess what? Writing in my journal, talking to people, and listening to Philip Wesley and reading books is not going to kill me or make me have to apologize for anything.
Right.
I have learned to use it, and I was describing this to you yesterday, as a strength. Because the addict in me, the addictive nature of who I am, the being too much, I get that a lot. You're too much, Cam. You're too much. Well, I always say back to some people, well, you're not enough, right? But it is, man. Like, if I'm going to drink, I'm going to show y'all motherfuckers how to drink. If I'm going to do a podcast, I'm going to pump out 9 episodes in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
You have.
But I'm saying, though, like, if I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to go to the fucking gym, right? I have learned to modify certain things and not and realize, like, you don't have to burn 2,000 calories in one workout session to feel fulfilled. 1,000's probably good, 500's probably good, and you met the mark. But I think having all of those different outlets help. But I am addicted to that, and I've used it similar to what I was saying yesterday. Superman, alcohol is my kryptonite. Yeah, it is my kryptonite. It fucks me up. And there's some other things too. That I got addicted to pills, all of that shit. I've done a lot of things in my life, and things I'm not proud of, but those things are pulling me away from who I'm supposed to be. And I have this gift, I feel like now, like that laser vision, like Superman. But guess what? Superman could have been a fucking mass murderer and just burning people as soon as he looked at them. Or he could be like truth, justice for all and like defending the universe, whatever. So this addictive nature that I have, now I just have to, I pour it into comedy. I pour it into writing. I pour it into trying to make the best impact I can on those that are around me, right? And I pour it into things like what we're doing right now. And I think others can, and I'm not saying, look at me, everybody. That's not my fucking point. I'm not trying to brag here.
This ain't a humble brag.
Fuck no. I'm really just trying to say that it's been more fulfilling, more rewarding, and just so sobering for me to put my time and effort into those things and use it as a strength, that nature of who I am. Because I can't change it. I just got to put it in the right vessels. Does that make sense?
Do you think you would be addicted to these good things now if you weren't addicted to harmful things in the past? Would you have that sort of kind of yin and yang thing to look at and be like, you understand why you're addicted to it, as opposed to just doing this off the bat? Because some people can do it off the bat.
Yeah, and that's great for them. And like, to say that Kobe Bryant wasn't an addict, are you crazy? To be that fucking focused on being good at that game and showing up 5 hours early for a game to warm up and then staying after. Like, you kind of have to be like Joe Rogan says it. He says, I think that happiness or success and crazy are next door neighbors, and they borrow each other's sugar from time to time. I kind of agree with that, man. Like, and
You're focusing the crazy on something else.
Yeah, because I can't change that I'm crazy. I dealt with that, and I dealt with that hating myself and being like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I started to try to be like, what is right with me, and how can I use this in the right way? But to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know. And I think a lot, and that's where it comes into being exposed to certain things and knowing certain things. Like there's people like in graveyards right now that are in tombs, are in the ground, are in ashes, and there are so many songs that were never written, songs never sang, books never written, art never professed, loving words never said to somebody because they were busy doing something else, or they would be like, I'll do it later on, or and that becomes never. So it's like, do it now, right? But to the point of like the open mic, like some people might not know that that's an outlet for them, or they might not know that, hey, I like poetry, or hey, you know, poetry was corny because I did it in school and they fucking taught me some shitty version of it and it was just work, right? But what about you writing and expressing how you feel about something? Have you ever tried that? No, I tried it one time. It was stupid. Okay, well, try it again. Right? Right? Like babies when they walk and shit like that. And you might find a vice, a healthy outlet, and then you might be like, this is for me. So for me, I can't really fully answer that because the way, I don't want to say the way I was raised and sound all victim-y and stuff like that, but my outlets were, I'm going to get fucked up. I'm going to, you know, reproduce children and all the things that go along with that. I'm going to work hard, and that's what I do, right? And I'm a man, and my family's fed, and I'm taking care of them. They got insurance, so what the fuck is me getting fucked up on every day of the week a bad thing?
You're better than what you used to be, and that feels so good.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Me, though. Me, you. It's not Alberto versus Cam. It's not Cam trying to be Jim Carrey, or I'm trying to be Barack Obama, or I'm trying to be George W. Bush. No, they are all their own. It's Cam being the best Cam he can be. And I can say with confidence that I'm not perfect by any means, but I am much better going this route and going this way. And that's why we have these conversations to maybe hopefully inspire somebody out there to try something new and go with it and find out, can that be a healthy outlet and a healthy addiction? I think it's a good thing. I honestly think the nature of it is, I don't think we'd have successful people. Or like, you think fucking Lincoln wasn't addicted to having an impact on other people? Fuck yeah, he was. And if he didn't, then where would we be?
President is like, I love talking and making rules.
Yeah, and they're like positive narcissists, like in a way. You know what I mean? And and Lemke talks about that on an episode too. But in all of that, the one thing I want to pull on that episode, and I know I've held the mic for like 10 minutes here, is on there, Andrew Huberman talks about an addict he does know, and he says that, yeah, man, and he's like, dude, you're doing so good, like life is so good, and they couldn't understand why some addicts, like everything will be going well, and they just gotta fuck it up. I'll never understand that, we'll never understand that, but I understand that. Let me just say that everything will be going good, and that to me is like, ooh, I should celebrate. Ooh, this is a good time to have a good time, right? Or this is also a time to fuck it all up, right? But over the years, and I'm tired of doing that. But he said that the guy who stayed on the narrow, right, stayed doing the good things, and he outreaches and he does a lot of work with youth in Hawaii and stuff. He said, look, bro, no matter how far you go on the road, like the good road, that ditch is always right fucking there. And I try to remember that. So that's why I say the complacency kills.
Eye against eye, two of a kind, but one won't survive. That's Mos Def. That's one of my favorite tracks by Mos Def.
Oh, I love Mos Def. My mama said, "Shine your light on the world."
I love Mos Def.
Oh, Mos Def is so good.
Still doing stuff. Man.
Yeah, he's such a talented guy.
What was I gonna say?
That's a good song.
What was it? It was. What was I about to say? It was on your point of. Bill Burr.
Oh,
Bill
yes.
Burr. I keep this on my phone, and he's talking about, he's fell off the wagon a few times. And he says, you just got, but this was on diet. He was talking about, like, if you're, because, food is an addiction for some people.
Fuck yeah, man.
He's talking about when you're going hard, you see the results, and then you're like, okay, I'm doing well, let's celebrate. He says, have a pizza, have a burger.
And that's how you celebrate fucking yourself over.
But then he said the words, and I know this is uncensored, I won't say it, but he says, are you really going to just give it all up? You stupid, see you next Thursday. Yeah, and I tell myself that in my head. I say the word in my, but like, are you really going to give it all up?
Yeah.
You've come so far.
Yeah.
Remember why you came this far in the first place?
Yeah.
And so I think about that a lot.
Yes.
Are you really just going to throw this away? You're 30 now? Like, okay, this is the time. And by the way, if you're 20, you're going to get anxiety when you hit 30, but once you hit 30, it's like, okay, I'm in my lower 30s. Yeah. It's like a reset. Now you're like, okay, now let's use what we learned, how we fucked up in our 20s. And if you're doing well, you're like, if you turn it around, okay, let's make stuff in our 30s
Yeah.
from the fuel that we have in our 20s.
Yeah, but what if you don't make it though?
What if you don't make it?
What if you don't make it? I just talk about Bruce Lee, 32 years old. My brother, great dude, man, 34 years old, left behind 3 children. He went, you know what he did that night? He went and walked the dog, dude. He went and walked the dog. He walked the dog. No, he walked the dog, and the dog got off the leash and ran into the road, and the driver wanted to avoid, this is a story, wanted to avoid hitting the dog and veered and hit him.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? But
sucks.
It really does. Like, that wasn't we all have a terminal illness. We all have a clock ticking and we don't know our expiration date. So there might be some people in their 20s who are kind of getting anxiety about it, but there might be some in their 20s like, well, bro, you said you had to like live in yin and yang. You got to learn this shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Bro,
that's not the message.
I'm saying though, some people will take that and be like, well, I got to live and then I'll figure that shit out like you did.
Right.
You might not.
And
your lessons and your mistakes may be deathly and they may hurt somebody else. And are you, even though you're going through your 20s or whatever age you are, it doesn't matter. We had Sippy Cup on here. He's 13. Are you getting the most out of the life that you get to have? Like, because we get to be here. Some people did not wake up today. Some people wish they would die. I've been there too. I want the pain to stop. I want the pain to end. Your pain ends maybe when you die, but everyone else's just begins.
It's just beginning.
And I said this in a poem that I share sometimes at open mic, but I wrote it about, be careful what you use to take the edge off. It might lead to you taking your own fucking head off. And I mean that so much because I've known people who have committed suicide. I've known people who have made a suicide attempt, right? And then midway through it or after the action has occurred, shit, we have a podcast with somebody who says, what the fuck did I just do? What the fuck did I just do? And what I think about is, what about all the people that use different means? The other end of a bullet. Or the other end of a belt buckle, or whatever the thing may have been, to where you don't even have the know how to go, what the fuck did I just do, and to go, just the means. There's no,
can't reverse it.
And it fucked me up too, because I wonder how many people, because they say the brain stays alive for a little bit and the body dies.
Oh man, yeah.
I wonder how many people we'll never know until we meet them one day. I don't know where, but how many people have pulled the trigger, realized, oh shit, I'm dead. I wish I didn't fucking do that. What the fuck did I do? Right? Like, and they talk about people that survived off jumping off bridges that have lived.
When they're falling, they say it's 100% they regret it right when they do it. As they're falling, they say, I wish I didn't do this. And they survive.
So please listen to that. Anybody out there who's looking to end things or a permanent solution for a temporary problem, like, it may take a little bit of time. It may be uncomfortable, but this too shall pass.
I always say
and
that.
And I don't get strength from going inside me. I really don't. Like, I know it's me versus me, but I don't get strength from going, I'm best, I'm better. Like, what helps me a lot of times is thinking about, and what's given me a lot of fuel lately, to your point of fuel, is what if I only went through all of this stuff just to be able to use it to hopefully help someone else? Right. Like, if someone can say, like, hey man, when you said that way, that really resonated with me, or I feel like, take it and use it to help others. Right. Because somebody out there is hurting, and you went through that pain yourself. You felt it. Do you really want somebody else to fucking feel that shit?
No, dude.
So don't hear it wrong when we're talking about these things about, there are growing pains, there are things we have to go through and endure in life, but do you really need to learn the fucking hard way to learn?
Right, dude. Disclaimer, I almost died a few times. I am very lucky to be alive. The most recent one was a few months ago. We went on a hike through the mountains here. I was dehydrated. I was knocking back. I don't really do liquor, but I was knocking back liquor.
On the hike?
On the hike.
Oh, shit,
that was
son.
the point of the hike. We're like, you drink and then you go to these checkpoints. It's like this fun run thing. But I can't have just one.
Yeah.
So we go and we're watching the World Cup at someone's house, and then I sleep over. I wake up, hungover. I stand up to get some water. It was either water or another drink the next day. And I'm standing in front of a table, and the only thing I remember is black and severe pain on the left side of my head and my left elbow, and me making a sound like a dying buck, like a.
Let me hear that shit.
Like sound. And then, as I start coming to, I'm on the ground, and I realize, oh my God, I just fell.
Yeah.
I just either had a stroke or a heart attack, and I'm crawling back to it's like tunnel vision, and it's like, in a video game where you're like kind of get shot and everything's like tunnel vision. As you heal up, but my head's hurting, my elbow's hurting. I'm crawling back to the sofa, and I'm laying there. I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Look it up later. Either a mini heart attack or a stroke.
Oh shit.
Almost died. This is World Cup.
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the world. So maybe
That wasn't
like,
that long ago.
Yeah, that was like what the summer.
Just a few months ago. Yeah.
And I'm like, and even that didn't stop me, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It was I went through all that, and then I kind of slowed down. But the taste of wine, it just got old.
Yeah.
The feeling of it just got old. I can't enjoy it. I will never have that. This is my moment. I'm so glad you're here with that. I'm drinking. I'm like, bad. I've done it so much. I associated with bad memories. That taste with bad memories. Yeah. More than there's no good memory. I forgot them.
Yeah, or that's another thing too. Even the good times that did happen, like you'll see pictures and be like, "Oh shit, we was doing some fun shit."
When did that happen?
You can't even remember it.
Can't even remember.
You can't even remember that Super Bowl. You can't even remember that Christmas celebration, that Thanksgiving, that whatever it was, that bar mitzvah, whatever the thing was, because you were so fucked up, right, or that wedding or that reception, and it just sucks. And I just think we're not getting to enjoy the life that we have.
Right.
We think it's enhancing the situation, but for some of us, you're fucking it up.
It is, and it's a numbing moment, but then the anxiety shoots up, and so finally, like I'm going through a bottle of wine a night, and then like sake, and then Kirin Strong Zero, and
because they don't have no carbs, so you're good, right?
Right. Oh yeah. They're like, yeah, there's no calories. I'm like,
I
they're
know that
all
game.
empty calories.
Yeah, empty calories. Yeah.
And like I'm sitting there, I'm like, it's killing me.
Yeah.
All right, destroy the enemy. Destroy the target acquired. Let's destroy this.
You fucking fucked up that bridge, huh?
Fuck up that bridge.
Yeah.
Of that to me. I also learned. I read somewhere the liquor section is strategically placed. And
is it?
Peanuts, across the because peanuts and beer. Think of it as a Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what it is that plant with jaws that a fly lands and then it shuts and it doesn't open up.
Oh, like from the Little Shop of Horse. Yeah. Or in Mario Brothers when you jump into the plant and that motherfucker jumps up.
The little dotted one. Yeah, it's a Venus flytrap. Think of the section as a Venus flytrap and say the fuck. I walk around.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I used to go to the bars downtown. I haven't been in so long. I can pass by them right now and not the idea of going in is not even in my thought. I hope that in a few months I can pass by the liquor section, the wine section, and I can have that same feeling. I can go to cashier, see vapes. I have the same feeling.
Yeah.
I hope. And so that is this trajectory I'm at right now.
It'll come. It comes.
And if anyone is struggling with this right now, I know it is repetitive. It worked for me. Just, this is the enemy. It's trying to kill you. And it's a little golem.
Yeah.
And it's going, I'm sorry. And just staring at you. All it wants to do is hurt you like you're hurting right now.
That's right.
So just get it the fuck away from you. Be like, you're going to fucking die.
Yeah.
I'm going to execute you slowly and I'm going to enjoy every minute.
Yeah.
This is an inanimate object, by the way. Not a living thing.
Yeah, we're not, no, this is not homicidal tendencies, folks.
Right.
This is metaphorically speaking.
This is a metaphor, exactly. But it's working for me, and I've been trying to do it for years.
Yeah.
And it's working so far. I'm on day 5.
Yeah.
This weekend, dude, I can't wait to have a sober weekend.
Yeah.
Where tomorrow I'm boxing. I'm
Good
doing my first boxing class.
Fuck yeah.
I climbed a mountain. My week consisted of shadow boxing, watching Rocky, climbing a mountain.
Yeah.
And tomorrow boxing. Maybe going to Hiroshima with there were some Marines that we hung out after the mic, and we were talking about going to Hiroshima.
That's tight, man. That's
just
tight.
Actually meeting people, and some of them had a few drinks in them, so we drove to McDonald's.
Yeah.
And just meeting people instead of just being in my apartment with a bottle on my phone binging YouTube. It's
true, man. It's true. It's so true. And is it helping you be the best version of yourself? And look, folks, like I hope people out there hearing is like, yeah, but you got one life to live. You got one life to live, so live it. Look, I say it again. What about the quality of your life? And I can remember this too, and it's so good that you said that about the running tomorrow, the boxing class. You're gonna go to Hiroshima with some cool people. You're gonna connect with some good people. Like MGC, make good choices, but MGC in the other way is move, gratitude, connect. We need that connection, and I'd say that's so important. And to move because mood follows action. Like Joe Rogan has said many times, if I only worked out when I felt like it, I'd be a fat fuck, right? If I only did the right thing when I felt like it, I wouldn't be a good person, right? That's just the God's honest truth. So that's where that discipline comes into play. But putting that effort, putting that time and energy. If you just sat in your apartment this weekend, and had no plan, guess what? You're planning to fail. That's just what it is, because you're going to relapse. And I can remember specifically standing in the kitchen. We're living in Norfolk, Virginia, my hometown. We're living there, had a house, and I was talking to my wife one night, and it was like 3 or 4 months into one of my sober kicks that I had. I remember telling her one night, she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And this was before I went to therapy, and this was before I was on some of the SSRIs and medications I'm on. So I think that was also a thing too, because I self-medicated, but I could never really assess where was I at, because I was always in some form or fashion of fucked up or hungover, right? So it was like, is it the chicken or the egg, or what the fuck's going on here? So I really wasn't able to get to know me and realize, oh, I need to go talk to somebody like for real, and get somewhere and make progress until I had the alcohol out of my system. So that was one big thing. But I said to her, I said, I feel like I have nothing to fucking look forward to. I feel like I have nothing, like fuck FOMO, fear of missing out. I have nothing to look forward to, because I felt like sobriety was so fucking boring. I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, it was cool at first, like, okay, exercise, that pink cloud syndrome, right? You have that, right? Yeah. I mean, you might be in it right now, or you're gonna feel it in the next few weeks, because it's that initial like removing of everything in the veil and being able to see. But then that wears off, and you need to find things that are going to sustain you. And continue on with those things and give you things to look forward to. One of the things like coaching out here, right? I tell a lot of young people, like, go out and coach, because here's the thing: Friday and Saturday nights are usually our you deserve it time, right? But if I gotta wake up at 8 and go coach soccer, or I gotta go coach t-ball or some shit, I can't get fucked up tonight. So it gives me a reason to do the right thing. Like for me, I try to make myself with outside commitments, like that run. Everybody's like, oh my God, you're so motivated doing it. Dude, it is the most passive aggressive thing I do to myself. I'm not lying to you. This is so reverse psychology. I do that because if I didn't put the word out and say, everybody join me for the run, I'm gonna come get y'all and we'll ride together and everything like that. For me, again, I say, I can't do it for me, like the right thing most of the time, even though it is me versus me. So people are like, this dude doesn't make no fucking sense. I know, right? Join my head, right? But knowing that morning or that night before, like, oh, fuck, I gotta go to bed because I gotta get up because these people are waiting on me. These people are depending on me. These kids at this game are depending on me to be there. These Marines where we work at, these people I serve with, they're depending on me to back all this shit up. I've been talking all this shit, I gotta back it up. And none of us really wanna be a hypocrite, even though we always live long enough to be one. But that is like, I put those things out there so it's like accountability for myself, right? And the connections and the vibes, well, I respect those for A, that's just not me. I don't feel like I'm an alcoholic anymore because I don't drink. I'm not going to walk around the rest of my life personally and say I'm an alcoholic. I will say that I shouldn't do certain things. I'm more likely to fuck this up if I put alcohol into my mouth. But one thing I love about Kevin, and a lot of these things we're talking about, he talks about remove the alcohol, do the work, and then I forgot the third step, but he always says at the end of all of his talks, and it's on YouTube, Habits V2, Kevin O'Hara, he says, keep the alcohol at your mouth. When in doubt, just follow that fucking rule. And that has helped me out so much.
Just don't put it near your mouth.
But you talked about going to the store. When I first started this thing, I would walk past like with the shopping cart and shit, and I would fucking flick off the fucking, like I would flip the bird at the aisle like, fuck you, bitch. You're not getting me this time, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And that was my mentality towards it. Fuck you. You're not going to bring me down. Because I honestly, man, like, again,
mentality.
And I think I cut you off, and I apologize for it. But earlier when I was talking about people getting close to suicide, like me, I know there's times my wife hid the fucking weapons from me, like, and she's like that. And there's times I woke up, there's a belt buckle hanger from a doorknob, and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? Or I've done it, and attempts, like I've been down that road. But every single time, I never did it clean and sober. Now, when I was younger, I did, like teenage years and stuff like that, clean and sober, but not as an adult. Every fucking regret, everything that almost led to my demise and death was somehow connected to alcohol. Guess what? You cut off the fucking bridge, you kill that fucking golem.
Every single inconvenience.
I still have things that I wish I could get back, but it's like, okay, I learned from that and I move on. And I think for a lot of us, if we're honest, that can be said the same for us. So that you were describing a friend, and we got to talk about jumping off the bridge, so I apologize. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but
every single inconvenience I've had in my adult, like I'd say 98% was from alcohol. Every single regrettable text. And what Cam was saying about, going out with Marines, and I'm not a Marine. I'm an outside observer, but I work around you guys.
See, we're trying to open up the audience to scope everybody. This isn't just a military podcast. This is a civilian
DOD
right here. There we go.
And Civi, personnel. But what I've seen is that you guys have one of the strongest support systems when it comes to camaraderie. You guys have such a rich culture. Yeah, there's like, the smoke circles where people are.
Oh, the smoke
heavy.
pits?
The smoke pits.
Oh, smoke pit philosophers, dog. I was a card carrying smoke pit philosopher for years. Smoke pit pontificators. What's up?
Pontificators. But at the same time, if you need help, I can tell you right now from what I've seen in the Marine Corps, watching Marines, help is so nearby.
Yes.
And you can ask. If you just go to a few Marines and ask, like, I need your help, someone within 5 minutes going to be like, what's up? How can we help you?
But they can't read your mind, so
they can't read your mind. And I remember Justin mentioned this, we can't do it for you. You have to also step up and say, I need help, and ask. Because otherwise people don't know.
You just don't know. You
People
just
don't
don't
know.
know. And unless you're like a spouse, you can't force somebody to go an evaluation.
Right.
I know there's certain ways to do that, but like in most cases, help us help you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's a mind reader. But just know that no matter what it is, like this too shall pass. Like some of the shittiest moments of our entire lives, you're like, when the fuck will this end? Well, like Hanoi Hilton, Admiral Stockdale, he got out eventually.
Oh yeah.
Nelson Mandela.
He got out. Did he get out?
He got out. He got out, and then he was the fucking president of South Africa. You know what I'm saying? So it's this too shall pass, but I definitely feel like when we're in the funk, we're in the cloud of it, we can't see that, and that doesn't feel real. And it's like, easy for you to say, motherfucker, you don't know my life, you don't know what I'm going through. You're right, I don't, but I can probably have a good idea of it. And are you going to be a victor or a victim?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know, and don't let this thing win. Whatever this thing is that's bringing you down, whether it's your past or it's a substance, or maybe it's your past and a substance, or maybe it's a significant other that fucked you over or whatever. Like, haven't these things, these people, these inanimate objects, haven't they taken enough away from you?
Right.
Why are you going to let them take more? Why are you going to let them win? And that's what helps me. I think of it like a competition. Like, nah, me, bitch, you ain't winning against me. But for some people, it may be a different approach. But for me, I look at it like you're not, like you said, the enemy. You are not going to end me. You are not going to end me, enemy. You're there. And you know what? Maybe you're necessary to a certain degree because I've learned from you or whatever like that. But I am not. You will not make me meet my maker or whatever's coming next, because I don't know what's coming next. But I'm not going to fucking die over this.
I'm not going to die over this.
But when I've been really fucked up and really intoxicated and really down in the dumps, I've been like, fuck differences to make.
We'll see what happens, yeah.
Right. And I have thought to there. And I know there's some other people out there listening, hurting. Look, it's not going to be walking in the building 411 and talking to a community counselor. It's not going to be talking to Dr. Fernandez at the Branch Health Clinic. It's not going to be listening to one podcast or doing one workout that's going to fix everything. Fuck no. Not one thing, not one source will fix everything, but it might just make it a little bit better.
And hopefully it's not that thing, something that you can't take back, that ruins your life.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Or somebody else's, man.
Or someone else's.
Someone
else's,
dude.
Life. Also, something that I tell myself, and I don't mean this in a harsh way, but when it comes to this, if you're going through this, just know you're not special. And what I mean by that is you're not the only one going through this or has gone through this.
Yes.
This is something that many people have gone through, and they'll be like, yo, I got you. People are going through it right now. What I did is I call it robot mode.
Okay.
I'm like, when I would be laying there hungover, I'm like, go to the gym. No, robot mode. Shut off thoughts. Forcing myself to get up, don't think, empty your mind. Walk to at least get to the gym. Get to the gym. If you're good to drive, get to the gym. At least get there. Find whatever machine. If you don't have a plan, what's free? Legs, perfect. Get on that leg thing. Start doing some reps.
Something.
A few minutes later, I'm going to tell you, you're going to feel a switch. Do some squats.
Yeah.
I do squats when I'm having a bad day. 20 squats later, it turns around. I tell my bosses all the time, I just did 20 push-ups, I feel great.
Yeah. Mood follows action, dog.
Mood follows action.
And sometimes the hardest part is putting on your shoes and going to the location.
Right.
You know, like,
plan.
Well, when I feel like it, guess what, y'all? You ain't never, ever going to feel like it. Like, you might on some days, but most days you're not. But once you get there, you get to move, and like the mood will follow action.
Right.
What if, say, free your mind, your ass will follow type thing or whatever?
Right.
I kind of think it's like move your ass, then your mind will follow.
Right.
Like,
exactly. Robot mode, get up. And the thing, I heard this kid on YouTube. He does these like live streams where he's studying, Pomodoro studying. And so it's like you study for an hour, you take a 10-minute break, study, 10-minute break.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that.
Great. Oh my God, that's my method at work. It's great. But like someone asked him, how do you stay so motivated? And he says, well, it's not really motivation.
Ooh.
It's because I have to do this.
Yes.
It is something, I don't like I think it was Joe Rogan. He said, I don't like, like you said, I don't like going to the gym. No one enjoys it. Maybe some people enjoy it, but I go there because I have to. And then as you do it, you get those endorphins going. And there's nothing better than being like, I don't want to do this workout. It's leg day, but you do it anyway. Yeah. And then you get back home like, I did it. Big victory.
And that adds up, man. Those bricks add up, dude.
Add up. You knock out that victory in the morning. Okay, what can I do? Okay, let's study Japanese.
Dude.
Knocked it out.
It really worked. There's times in the morning, because I think Les Brown said like the first few minutes you're awake is very imperative. So a lot of times people look at...
First hour.
Right? Like
20-20-20 rule.
So what are you putting in your mind at that time, right? Like, I'll be honest, there's many mornings I'm like, fuck this, I do not want to get up right now. What the fuck am I doing? The hardest part about waking up early, it took me years to realize, the hardest part about waking up early, you know what it is? Going to bed early. Going to fucking bed early. That's when the discipline, because in my, it's kind of like when you're drunk, I don't think that's like, that's who you really are. Well, I'm not who I really am when I first wake up in the morning either. I'm a piece of shit, and I want to go back to that soft pillow in that bed and just lay down and be comfortable. But I put in an earbud and I start positively brainwashing myself with something. I listen to some fucking Jocko, some David Goggins, some fucking Les Brown, something good, some comedy, something to get me moving, some music I like, right? Just to get that, because momentum's fucking real. And that's why I'm bringing this up, because when you said that, like, you got that feeling, that sense of accomplishment, I did it. Well, you built that the next day, you built it the next day, and now you're on a fucking roll.
You got a
right?
chain going.
You got a chain, and you're breaking that shitty chain, that shitty cycle that you might have grown up in or seen or whatever. But a lot of people will stop and they'll say, well, I don't know what to do. That's okay. YouTube it. That's okay. You can go on Pinterest and find, and they always fucking steal workouts and they call it like the Wolverine workout or the fucking Batman workout. Just find that shit out, go on Pinterest. You can find out tons of fucking workouts, screenshot that shit, do it. From all the equipment in the world you have access to none, to just some prison workout shit. Like, it can be done. Like, you can get a deck of cards and slay the shit out of yourself and have tons of endorphins, right? But that is a real high. You can't. I remember Emma said on it wasn't in here. It was that she did it YOLO. She had a whole poem on, you can't drink that. She would talk about like the feeling of her and her sister connecting over this thing that occurred. You can't drink that. She would talk about this sense of accomplishment, and she went off all these things. I don't want to ruin her art because it was much better than what I'm describing. But at the end of it, she would go, "You can't drink that.
Right.
You can't drink that. You can't drink the feeling of connection with another human. You can't drink that. And did you really need that to begin with? Like, to connect with another human? Probably not. We're just insecure. We're standoffish and stuff like that. So we want something to take the edge off. But then it's just that downward spiral. And I can't speak for everybody, but those listening to me that are like this, you know what the fuck I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. So the momentum is real. And Jocko, hey, Rome wasn't built overnight. That motherfucker didn't fall apart overnight either. We always hear that wasn't built overnight, but we never think about there was a slow demise too. It took hundreds of years to build it up, and it took hundreds of years for it to tear down to nothing, right? And they eventually became vulnerable, and plagues hit them, and all the shit that happened, right?
Yeah.
But it didn't happen overnight.
It's literally one day at a time.
All of it, one day at a time.
One victory at a time. Because literally, that's all you're not. We're not tomorrow yet.
No,
it is today. It's what, May 12th.
Yep, May 12th, 2023.
I got the victories that I want to knock out today. And I knocked them out today. One of the best victories. You know what? My first victory was for 5 days in a row, waking up sober.
There you go.
Waking up with no hangover. I'm already winning.
Yeah.
During the day.
Seriously,
so
man.
I'm like, okay, what do I do? Start shadow boxing.
Yep.
Which, by the way, is awesome.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I love shadow boxing.
That's a good
one. By the
way,
if you got, so they got this thing on the VR. It's a Creed game, a boxing game.
Oh, for real?
But they also got a gym in there. And if you got a Quest or a Meta Quest, check this out.
You can do Meta Quest Creed?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe about to make me go buy this shit.
It's super realistic, but they got the gym there too.
Yeah.
So they got drills. So now you're hitting the bag. They even got a treadmill that you're running in place. You're hitting the bag doing these drills, and your stance becomes better. Now you got to make sure you're not throwing, shadow boxing, right, back so you don't mess up your tendon. But dude, an hour in, my tatami floor is soaked. Then I take it off and I do what I did without the helmet, soaked.
That's tight, dude.
And it's amazing. I'm at home.
Yeah.
And I think that's my liberation. My big things are fitness, comedy, movies, making them and watching them, and then learning Japanese and bettering myself. And I get the weekend to do it. If I drink tonight, tomorrow, I'm going to wake up around 2 p.m., feel like crap, just focus on drinking mineral water, looking at texts, like who did I message, what I said. go to sleep, wake up Sunday, like, okay, well, I got to do the chores I was going to do Saturday. Now it's the evening, now tomorrow's work. What did I accomplish besides doing my laundry I should have done?
Yeah, man.
It's those little things, man.
They add up, bro. They add the fuck up. And I love what you're saying about, what'd you say?
It becomes a routine,
Yes.
and then it's like, people are like, my life sucks. No, just change your routine up a little bit.
The things you do sucks.
The things you do suck, and you don't suck. It's the things you do,
Yes.
and you can change that.
And maybe the people you're around. Maybe they suck.
That's a huge.
Maybe they
watch
suck.
The people you.
Be careful with
Coming
that
to this
F word.
Mic, I met great people.
Great people.
And what was that? That was Friday. Last mic,
Mm-hmm.
hung out with those Marines.
Yeah.
Great time.
Yeah.
Great time. And I was like, you know what? I did this. No drinks.
Yeah, we had
I
a
great
totally,
time.
we did a Friday night outdoor mic.
Outdoor, that
There was a little
rocked.
bit of mosquitoes. We took care of those.
Yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Will. He brought some bug spray.
Uncle Will, yes.
Oh,
sir.
Uncle Will, man. But you gotta have those healthy outlets, man. Find those things that are gonna kind of keep you on track, because we're creatures of habit, and I will always default to like my lowest denominator, which is usually not good stuff, right?
man.
And so I have to. People are like, how do you stay so busy? How do you do this and do? Look, I'm not bragging here. I'm just saying I have to.
Yeah.
I have to. Like, one thing I do, I go to the gym in the morning, I do something, and then I'll go at noon too, because that wears my ass out to where by nighttime, I'm gonna be honest,
Clocked out.
I don't have to take melatonin. I'm fucking tired. But for years, I was like, I got problems with sleeping. No, motherfucker, you got problems with having Crown and Coke and then watching fucking Conan O'Brien and then
yeah,
being like,
man.
I'm going to wake up and conquer the world tomorrow. No, you're not.
Oh yeah, that
no,
jumped up like
you're not.
weird. That world is ours. And you
Yeah.
wake up like the world is someone else's.
Oh man,
when
that
it's not
waking
mine.
up early shit, I don't think it's the only way, but I guarantee you if you start waking up early, whatever your early is, because everybody has different schedules, but
Right.
for me, the way I live, 4:30. By 4:30, I'm
30.
awake and I'm pumping something into my system, like as far as positivity, writing down maybe what I'm grateful for, something, all those little things kind of build up, and they're like cornerstone foundational habits for the day of building my day. Then I go to the gym for about an hour or two. Then by the time I finally do go to work and get to work, like I've already been awake. I've already accomplished things. If I did something hard, like go uphill to a castle, the whole rest of the day is literally downhill.
Literally downhill.
And a lot of those anxieties and a lot of those worries and stuff, they kind of get alleviated by that. And I'm on medication too, and I do the counseling and therapy stuff. So it's not just exercise, it's not just waking up early, but doing all of those. Like, that's where I'm learning now. It's like a wellness omelet. It's not just
Wellness
like,
omelet, yeah.
like it's not just like give me an everything omelet. Like, it's not just the if you eat green peppers, if you eat onions, and then if
Gotta
you
be colorful.
you
Like a
have to throw some
Jackson
cheese in there. No,
Pollock
I want some Kobe Jack. I want some Mexican cheese. I want the cheddar cheese. I want all of that. I want the Mexican blend they have. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I want all of it, because all of those little things add up to a bomb ass omelet and lead to hopefully me living a better version of myself and a more fulfilling life for myself.
Bomb-ass omelet.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're fixated on, well, I did 7-minute abs, but it's not fixing. And hey, I bought the MetaQuest VR, and Alberto said if I did the Creed thing, I'd feel better. I don't feel better right now. What fucking no shit, dick? You know what I'm saying? Like, forgive my language, but like, no shit. No shit. Like, you're not gonna, like, it's the things that's going on in our lives.
Right.
And the other things that we're doing. You can't just do the MetaQuest Creed and then be like, yeah, but I'm gonna have a crown and I get fucked up and hang out with shitty people. And then I'm gonna be with people that make me feel worse about myself, or I lead astray, or whatever the case may be. But I did that Creed workout. Yeah, dude, you had like a green pepper today.
Right. You have to have the whole omelet.
Yeah,
You
you
can't just
gotta-
pick and choose.
But it's not just that one thing. It's a conglomerate. It's a cocktail of all of them. Oh
Jerry-
shit, cocktail. I'm triggering relapse. What's up?
Jerry Seinfeld, who I'm not a big fan of his comedy, but he said something great to comics who, a comic came up, he says, what did you do? What did you do to get where you are? And he says, don't break the chain.
Don't break the chain.
Don't break the chain. I always remember, don't break the chain.
You talking about like the chain is in
the
momentum?
chain of every day. Like he was at Mike's every single night.
Yes.
Never break, always doing it. Focusing on that, getting better and better. You can have a chain of bad. I have a big ass chain that's years worth. But I just started this new chain. Cuban link, beautiful chain. I got 5 little links on it, but we're gonna add 2 this weekend.
Yeah.
But it's that momentum. And
Yes.
so you're talking about being up, like you like being up at night. That was my thing.
Oh yeah.
Going to bed at 8:30 and waking up at 4 when it's still dark. I go to sleep when it's dark. I wake up, it's still dark. Knock out stuff. When we jogged to the top of that mountain,
Yeah.
and it turned from dark to light, and we saw the sunrise, that's a great way for it to turn
Bro,
to light.
we earned the
Instead of
sunrise.
stumbling out, have you ever stumbled out of a bar and it's bright? It sucks when you stumble out and you
Yeah.
see a jogger. go
like,
by
I'm a
and
piece
you
of
lock
shit.
eyes and we're like, oh man,
I could be doing that.
this dude's probably like, I'm glad I'm not him right now.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And it's not even like to be in a judgmental type, like, you know,
It's not
casting
judgmental,
stones.
yeah.
It's honestly like, here is a person living and feeling like the feeling that person has, whether they're running, walking, whatever. Like, I don't want people to think this is only for like, you guys are just always enhancing physical fitness. No, I'm just dumb, and it's a simple way to get to feeling better. Like,
this is literally, if I'm not doing this, I am that guy at the bar. And hopefully one day I can jog past and see a dude like that and just be like, I hope the best for that. Hopefully I can encourage you.
Maybe you're that thing, you know, and all of these things I've heard so many times too. And a lot of times I reiterate things on purpose because sometimes we're not listening. Sometimes we're staring off at something else. We're like, oh, what the fuck did they say? You don't backtrack or whatever. So it's like that reiteration. And a great mentor of mine just retired from active duty, but he said, if you ain't said it in 60 days, you ain't said it at all. Right, because we're dumb. We'll forget stuff. And the dullest Chinese proverb, the dullest pencil is sharper in my memory. So if I don't write it down, if I don't kind of like brainwash myself with it,
pencil will sharpen my memory.
No, the dullest pencil is sharper than my memory.
It's sharper than that's beautiful.
So that's why you write shit down. You know what I mean? And that's why I like carry on this little book all the time. But on the book, I have the Dr. King Street Sweeper speech. I have on here, Be Water, My Friend. I have on here, Lead Like You Want to Be Led. Callous Your Mind, The Dichotomy of Control. Like, I have all these little quotes and these things, these reminders to kind of keep myself in check because, hey, again, to the point earlier, that ditch is right there all the fucking time, man. And look, it might be the arts, it might be working out, it might be community service. Look, those are things that work for us, that works for me, but you might have other versions or other things of that. I don't know what those may be, but you have to try, dude. You have to at least give some shit a try. And don't just try it once and be like, that's not for me. Okay, negative. You know what I mean? Like, try it and try it maybe again to see if, hey, it's not one workout, it's not one meal is going to make you healthy or fit. It may take a few more workouts, a few more weeks to see progress, to feel the momentum, to get that chain going in the right direction. We got to stop. We got to stop seeking perfection and thinking that everybody else's life is perfect. Because I'm going to tell you right now, they ain't. They ain't.
It is not perfect. Anyone who says they're perfect, watch out for them. That's kind of
scary.
Creepy. Yeah,
it's creepy.
And if you're going through this right now, if you're right now in bed, feeling some kind of way, and you're just giving this a shot, it's okay to feel like that.
Yep.
And it's going to get better. Like Cam said, and I always say this too shall
pass. This too shall pass, my friends.
That means that is something you can apply for good things and bad things.
Fuck yes. Thank you for saying that.
Good and bad.
Thank you for saying that.
These moments of bad, if you're feeling bad right now, this is going to pass. And then when you feel great, that's also going to pass, and cherish those.
Yeah.
Cherish those moments. And these bad times, when it becomes good, if it becomes good, and I'm rooting for you, gambate, remember those bad times. And remember that this good time happened because you made an active choice to get up and do your best to make those bad times change.
Yeah.
Now you're doing good, and look back and be like, I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
This too can pass with, if you bring a bottle to your lips, if you pop a pill.
That's right.
If you see a person that you shouldn't be with, they're bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
That can turn it. That can turn it back. But remember, if you actively do it, this too shall pass. I am so used to I was a radio DJ for 4 years, being funny on a mic. And so this is my first time I've been like serious, but this is almost like I'm telling this right now because this is part of my sober journey. If I keep this to myself, ain't nobody gonna know, and I have no accountability.
Yeah, now this does work too. For anybody out there listening, you're like, oh, great for you guys doing the right thing in life and telling everybody about it. But also, like I said earlier, it's a passive-aggressive accountability thing, because do you want to be a hypocrite and everybody be like, oh, so that guy fell off the wagon 2 days later. How's he doing? He talked a lot of good shit on that one Friday.
And now he's getting dragged out. Now he's in jail. I went to jail because I fell asleep in a taxi. That was one of my bits. And we saw him go to jail again.
Yeah, and it can happen. And that ditch is always waiting for you. This too shall pass, but you can't get complacent. You have to. I feel like I have to stay ahead of myself, because if I leave myself to my own devices, I'll do some stupid shit. That's just. It's just. I mean, hey man. And if you're like that, well, you're not alone. So and it's okay. But you have to make sound choices throughout the days, throughout the moments by moments, right? Because that's what life is. Life isn't the graduations. Life isn't Christmases and bar mitzvahs and these fucking weddings. Like those are just like fucking highlight. Right. No, I'm talking about the game of life, the day to day. That's why I love like Nick Saban, the coach for Alabama.
Yeah.
I love that guy. He comes from West Virginia. He comes from nothing. I went to a school one time where he grew up at, and he comes from nothing, but he understands the process. That's what he always preaches, is the process. And that's rooted. Like, they'll be up by 30, 40 points, and he'll be pissed off on the sideline. You're like, dude, what's wrong with this guy? Anybody outside is like, how the fuck are you winning and you're mad? No. He's not mad because of the scoreboard. The scoreboard will take care of itself. He's scared because these motherfuckers are starting being lazy and they're being complacent. And his thought is, it's not about the whole workout. It's about the next fucking rep.
Right.
It's not about the marathon. It's about the next fucking step.
Exactly.
And all those little things add up. And if you're doing it the right and you're doing it to the best of your ability, that scoreboard will take care of it fucking self.
Right.
And it's the process.
Your mind, and that's how I approach the day now. Empty your mind. Focus on what you're focusing on now. If I'm at the gym, don't think about work. Empty your mind. Focus on the gym. When I get to work, empty your mind. Just get the job done.
Yeah.
When I'm studying Japanese, be water, my friend.
Be water, my friend.
That quote I've heard for years.
Yeah.
And just when you brought it up, it resonated with me. I watched his entire interview, which, by the way, the top comment on that interview was, yo, imagine if this guy was on Joe Rogan.
Dude.
That would be
man,
insane.
there's a few humans. He's one of them that I wish could have lived longer.
I wish. But I mean, look at the legacy he left behind. Man. It's almost like he did his job.
Oh, for sure.
And
are we doing ours though?
Are we doing ours?
Are you listening right now and us talking right now? Are we doing ours?
And I hope to God I'm doing it. And again, I'm not here saying, look how good I am.
I'm
saying this is
That's why we're talking. Doing. That's why we have no video right now, because we don't look that good.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm only 5 days in. My skin's still clearing up.
Oh, man.
But yeah, like if you're sitting here listening to this, I'm going to tell you right now, I went through it. You don't want to go through it because it is a gamble. My heart is still beating. I almost died underwater.
Yeah.
Because it was narcosis, and because I drank the night before I was diving in the airplane graveyard, and I didn't listen to my watch, and I remember just seeing basically nitrogen was flooding my muscles, and I was dying.
What the fuck?
All I had to do was go up a little bit. But I remember just the thoughts in my head were like, don't die. I want to be here with humans.
Yeah.
I want to be here. We're around World War II airplanes, just in the water in the middle of nowhere. And it became this surreal environment. And it was almost like, this sounds cheesy, but Neptune, like, okay, if you're going to come down here, you got to respect me. And when I tell you to get the fuck out, you get the fuck out right now. So either you can stay here and I'm going to have you forever.
Yeah.
Because your hungover ass decided to come here without the proper measures, or you can get the fuck out right now because I'm telling you, you need to leave right now. So I have this all on video, and I want to show other divers, but I grabbed the nearest diver's hand and I was squeezing it, and I was like, don't let me go. And it was almost like too late, and he just brought me up and it went away.
Wow.
We started ascending. But I always think about that, like just going too deep. Literally went in too deep, and I hung around it for a while. And if you do this with these substances, and you hang around for a while, you better hope it's not too. Turn it around before it's too late.
Yes.
And get if something in your life is like, okay, you're in here too long. You need to get the fuck out, or you're mine.
Yeah.
Basically, death is saying you're mine, or a bad let's say you end up in prison.
You just don't know,
because
man. Is that the life that you wanted to have?
The life you want? Just get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you have any business going there again and being healthy with it, sure. But I don't think I can. And I'm admitting to myself, I cannot drink one more drink. And it took me until 30 to realize that. I can't just have one drink. I'm sorry.
No, hell no.
And
what do they say? One's not enough, and what is it? One's too much, and it's too many, or some shit. What is it? One's too many, and two's not enough, or some shit like that. But like,
two's not enough.
Some shit like that. I can't remember. I'm fucking. Somebody out there's like, this dude's a fucking idiot. He's fucking this whole thing. I felt like fucking the Honorable Mr. Bush when he's like, you fool me, you can't get fooled again.
If you fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times, well, that's on me.
Fool me again.
If you fool me a 4th time, go
fool
right
me,
ahead.
Can't get fooled again.
Now watch this drive.
Yeah, no, I love it, man. But it does all of the stuff. They add up, and you have to know yourself. And if you're listening to us and you're of this kind of, whether it's a substance or maybe it's relationships,
Yeah,
or maybe
man.
it's you're a sex addict, or maybe it's gambling.
How was that?
Or maybe it's fucking something else that's destructive. Like
Right.
it could be collecting stamps. If stamps are causing problem in your life, well, maybe you need to check your stamp efforts. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you need to mail some shit out for a while.
Yeah, stop holding on to all that shit. Selfish, right?
This is what we're doing, mailing shit out. Exactly.
It just, I mean, hey, everybody's people. There was actually a story Anna Lembke Dr. Anna Lembke talks about on that episode, and it's so intriguing because she says that there's this one lady that she was addicted to all these substances, and then she eventually started drinking water to suffice like the habit of drinking, right? But then she realized she could get hyponatremic symptoms, and she could get fucked up
On water?
on water.
Oh, man.
She eventually dies. She eventually died. She took her own life, right? But she had a propensity not for being addicted to water, but for being addictive in nature. And she filled that void with whatever. So I really argue, like, I think that you can use this, if you're like this, to an advantage. And we're very impulsive people as it is. Like any of us serving in this capacity, we're probably a little bit impulsive than most, right? Or even you being an average American saying, I want to go serve overseas and do a certain job. Like that's fucking crazy to some people, you know what I mean? But that also shows that you're impulsive, you're willing to take risks and stuff, but you might be an adrenaline junkie too. You might be a junkie for that high, that return on that experience or whatever that is. So you can use that to your advantage. That can be a strength. So I don't necessarily hate who I am or the way I'm wired anymore. I used to be like, I got bad wiring or whatever like that. Now I embrace it and try to use it for good. And I'm not saying that like, look at me. I'm saying that because you can too. And whatever your thing may be, you just got to find those things out there. But you can't keep doing the same things and expect it just to fall in your fucking lap. Or else Neptune might get you.
Neptune might get
you know, and shout out to Neptune.
Shout out to Neptune.
I'm from Hampton Roads, Tidewater area, man. Whether it's in Norfolk or Virginia Beach, like, hey, Neptune statues are everywhere. Neptune's a mermaid. Yeah, that's like our mascot in our local in Virginia. We got we had a Neptune at the Virginia Beach oceanfront. If you know, you know. But we got that big Neptune statue, man.
Nice.
Shout out to Neptune.
There was what was it? What was I about to say? So I am diagnosed with pure OCD. Every single moment.
What's that? We call that attention to detail.
No, pure OCD is like the worst. Like I would never wish this on an enemy. But pure OCD basically is, you know how OCD people think like organization.
Right.
So my thing is numbers and counting everything. Even say words I say. My mind says, if you do this, then basically, if I see like, there's a lot of unfortunate shootings going on in the States. So I see something that triggers it, and I go, if you don't do this tick, someone you know is going to get hurt in a shooting. Or if I see someone doing a horrible crime, it'll say, if you don't do this, you're going to do that.
Yes.
And the thing about it is,
like step on the crack, break your mom's back. You don't want to break your mom's back.
The fullest level.
Man, I got you.
And so the thing about it is like, oh yeah, you're going to become a murderer if you don't do this tick. And the therapist I talked to, she says, you are the biggest empath in the world because the fact that you're freaking out about that shows that you're never going to do that. And basically like the robot in Aliens, like you're an empath. You want to help people.
Yeah.
And so this thing in your mind that's seeing these horrific things like people, an earthquake. Oh, if you don't do this tick, someone you know or you are going to die in an earthquake. The way we treat it is we have to literally go, yeah, all right, well, if it happens, it happens. And it shuts our mind off.
Wow.
If it happens, it happens. The thing that fueled it was drinking because I would numb it and then it would be like, hey, if you don't do this, this is going to happen.
Yeah,
I was never able to get to that. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it'll happen. Shut the fuck up, mind. I was like, oh, maybe it will. It got worse and worse and worse. And these like compulsions you have to do, these tics or I do this thing with my eyes and just these different things, but it did not help.
And so the alcohol like kind of it made it worse. Yeah.
And then you get depressed because of it because you're constantly thinking about what the news has on TV and you're like, oh, it's going to happen to you or someone else.
Yeah, it's true. That's real, man.
And it's terrible. Like, oh, I'm going to rob a bank if I don't like touch this 5 times and then touch it 5 times. I'm going to rob a bank.
Right.
I'm not going to hurt anyone. But your mind's like, oh, but what if you do?
Yeah.
What if you do? And so the way to shut it up is, yeah, what if I do? Okay, so what? let's see what happens. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to do it. That's not in my nature.
No, that's so good that you say that, because that right there just reminds me so much of what Albert Ellis and CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, about breaking stuff down.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's rooted in ancient Stoicism. And Epictetus said it. He said it best, and this would remind me of. And Epictetus is also one of the main motivators of how Admiral Stockdale says and states that he got through going through the Hanoi Hilton and being a POW for 7 years.
A Greek guy, Greek philosopher.
Epictetus? Yeah, name means the acquired one. He's my favorite like ancient person in history, because he was just a regular guy who was a slave that became a very influential human. And he says happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle: some things are within our control and some things are not. Exactly. That is the root of like the serenity prayer that addicts say, which I definitely think is so powerful. The
strength to like know what's right, know what's
wrong. Well, the serenity,
and
the peace, right? To accept it in the end. Like, give me the courage to change the things I can. Give me the wisdom to accept the things I can't. But give me the overall peace to know the difference, and to roll forward with it, right? Like this too shall pass. People out there probably have it like tattooed on their wrist, and like, you just fucked up that whole quote. But the whole fact of the matter is, you're looking at things that you can't control and things you can't control, and breaking it down and catching yourself. So, but one thing they talk about in Stoicism is like, if you're on a boat, right, you can't help if you get seasick. If somebody pulls your hair, you can't help that you go, ouch, right? But you can, right after the initial, oh, what the fuck? Because that's human. That's just a reaction. That's a reflex. You can then break it down and go, yeah, you're right. So it may still be a trigger. It may still be a tick to go, oh, fuck, that's going to happen to me. And you go, hold on. But if it does, so be it.
That's I've never applied that to OCD, and that is amazing.
But you can't control the reflexes, because that's human. That's your instincts. That's just how that's whatever. But as soon as that initial go happens, then you break it down and go, okay, what's really happening here? And this is the same with like what was another philosopher back in the day says, Seneca, we suffer more in imagination than we do in reality.
Right, yes.
Like we punish ourselves before the thing even happens.
We hurt
like,
our own damn feelings.
Well, worrying. Somebody said yesterday, a gentleman I work with had said from Van Wilder, it's like being in a rocking chair. You're moving, but you're not fucking going anywhere.
Right.
Like that's what worrying. It's fucking pointless.
Right.
Like it's pointless, and that doesn't mean we should be naive and just walk through traffic and shit and walk across the rifle range. There's definitely some judgment in here.
Keep your wits up.
Keep your wits up, but at the same time, like don't let things you can't control you.
Damn,
and I think a lot of us are doing that. And I've been that 24-hour news cycles person. I've been that like getting mad at everything, what policy and what doesn't go through, and this person administration and that. But outside of voting, like, and what I do, what can I control?
Right.
Nothing. So like, let it, like some Beatles shit, let it be, right? Just let it be, let it be.
Y'all are literally hearing live Cam give me in a, like, I have never applied that quote to OCD, and it makes so much sense. Let me know, like, what is it? It's like, what is that quote again?
The one I just said?
The AA, the prayer.
The Serenity Prayer.
The Serenity Prayer.
Yeah, the Serenity.
How does that go again?
I think it says...
grant me the wisdom to, like, control what I can.
Yeah, it's the courage to control the things... I'm going to look it up right quick, because people are probably listening and they're like, this is why I need a Jamie, and everybody.
I don't go to AA, but I did pick up a few things.
But this thing is rooted. It's rooted in Stoicism, in ancient Stoicism, right? But it says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. So grant me the peace. Right. Grant me the peace to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Damn, dude.
So grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I think that is so profound, because so many of the reflex and stuff you can't control, but you can control after that initial reflex. Okay, now what? Okay, is this really the end of the world? Yeah. Is this really the end of my whole day? Is this really going to be all right, now let it go, let it flow. And over time, the thought is through CBT, through cognitively breaking those things down, you become better. And I feel like it really does work. It's helped me so much. Albert Ellis, you can read all about him and look it up, but CBT is rooted in Stoicism, and I have found so much serenity in that. Not perfection, not everything's all pie in the sky. No. Right. But serenity, and just being like, dude, what can I control? But also to your point on focusing, right? And when you're at the gym, be at the gym, or to Nick Saban, the process, that next rep, that next play, right? The thing that you're doing is the thing that you're doing. Make that the thing you're doing. Right. Focus on that, because that is what you can control at that moment. Exactly. I can't control world poverty. I can't control, what systems are coming out, or the overall stigma on mental wellness, or the acceptance of addiction, and us keeping on with the same old keeping on traditions of shittiness, right?
Yes.
But what I can do is try to break the cycle in my own life.
Right.
What I can do is try to love on my children, and what I can do is I can't fix the whole system and the whole stigma with everything, but I can try to let the people I know that I work with, like, hey man, it's okay if you're not okay, but it's not okay to ignore it to the point where you make an irreversible decision. And a lot of us are doing that, right? So I can't, Mother Teresa said it, all right? Love her or hate her, but she did some pretty nice things for some people. But one thing she said was, if you want to promote world peace, go home and love your family.
Yes. Be a light in this dark.
But how many people are watching the 24-hour news cycle, or how many people are fucking wound up about some shit in their corporation or their job or this other fucking human that's an asshole, right?
Right.
And they didn't floss today. And they didn't help their kid with their homework.
Oh my God.
And they didn't wipe until they didn't see brown on the tissue.
Right.
They're walking around, and that's adding to their frustration because they're watching the news. And hey, if you're gonna be itchy butt because you got some shit still in your butt. You didn't wipe your ass all the way, but you worried about what the fuck the honorable Mr. or Mrs. whomever is doing in Congress or the White House or wherever, and you're just up in arms about this thing. But what the fuck do you control over that?
That's very true.
Accept it with some serenity and focus on the things you can change.
Dude, thank you for saying that live, or this is not live, but you are hearing an epiphany. 2 epiphanies this week, Monday and Friday. Applying this to my OCD, I mean, that's perfect.
But I've had to
nailed it.
That tormented me for so long. Things I can't control. Why does this person who I'm supposed to have this relationship not love me the way I love them? Or why do these people not like me or accept me? Or why don't they just understand this? Or why can't I? Oh, you know what? When I get promoted, I'll be happy. I can't control that. I could control the next evaluation of how I perform day to day. I could control my exercise standards and how I do on a physical fitness test. But I can't control if they're going to have allocations for these particular promotions. I'm not going to base my fucking happiness or quality of life based off shit I can't control.
Right.
Because now that's controlling me. Right? And some people just suck, bro. Some people just fucking suck.
Some people just suck.
Just the shitty people in the world, man. Right? But you can't control anybody. And throughout this whole conversation, we've talked about it's hard enough controlling our fucking selves.
It is.
It's hard enough controlling me and staying on the right path. How the fuck am I going to control somebody else?
And you know what's even harder? When you're in a place, let's say you're in a relationship where you're trying to care for another person, but you're not caring for yourself.
Dude, happens all the time, man.
I've had to say, not push people away, but be like, listen, I need to back off. And they're like, why? I'm like, because before I can love you, I need to love myself.
That's true, man.
And I am not doing it. If I'm carrying you out of a burning building with
and it wasn't because you cheated on them and found somebody better, though, right?
No.
Because a lot of people do that shit. Like, hey, look here, look. It's not a you thing. It's just you deserve better. It's like, hold on, you been fucking around?
Yeah, exactly. That's the first thought. That's always the first thought.
There's a fucking humor there, people. There's fucking humor. There's truth in comedy, and there's comedy and truth. My cousin Di said that. It's so true.
It is 100% true. Yeah, and I'm like, I remember I hit 220. That's the heaviest I've ever been. I was not doing well.
Yeah.
And I had to end the relationship. I said, listen, I have blood pressure in my family, heart attacks. I need to turn this around. I need to focus on myself because I haven't done that for the past 4 years. I'm in a new place. I need to focus on myself right now.
Yeah.
And just, it's going to be a process. And I'm 180 and it's going down and I'm back. I'm trying to get back to where I was, but sometimes that's what it takes. You need to just look at yourself and be there for yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm not I'm not gonna run out of a burning building with you in my arms with my shoes untied.
Oh,
I mean, unless it's an emergency.
Yeah.
The risk. But you know what I mean? I'm gonna tie my shoes.
We died because he had to tie his shoes, everybody. He went up to stop and fucking tie his shoes. What an asshole.
This kid was
I had to do the runner's loop. I get shin splints. What the fuck?
I didn't pump up my Jordans, and so that's why
we about pumped.
Yeah, that's why you just heel it up and then run in. I'm wearing Heelys right now, so I can't save you from this building because there's stairs.
But it's like the age-old thing with the air mask or the fucking mask in the plane. Make sure you put on yours, right?
Secure your own mask and then assist.
Yeah.
Even though oxygen is flowing, the bag may not inflate. I love how they always add that. You're like, we're not thinking about that right now.
But I love episode 2 we had on this show. I had it with Coach Chan, and she talks a lot about tea, right? not in the gossip sense, but T as in time, energy, attention.
Mm-hmm.
What are you putting your time, energy, and attention into? And she really breaks it down, so she says it so much better. She's such a motivating, great person out here and just in the world in general, just a light to this world. But listen to that episode, I'm telling you, where she talks about tea and how vital it is to keep your cup full. Mm-hmm. Keep your cup full, because I can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
You just can't, right? So you have to do that self-check-in. And this is not like so I did this on Wednesday and then I do that. No, man, this is a constant cycle of operations, like constantly like checking on things. I love, oh my God, I can't believe I'm thinking of this. Is why I write shit down. Mm-hmm. This is why I write shit down. But Kevin, my man at Have His V2, this really changed my world. He said the vigorous cycle. The vigorous cycle is checking in. Like sometimes you're in a bad mood, you fall, you get, getting a little dehydrated makes you cranky. Like being hangry is real. Yes. Being tired is real, right? So he would say like, and I might be misquoting this, so forgive me, but you can look it up yourself. The vigorous cycle, Kevin kind of coined it. It's really good. But like, how hydrated am I? Have I exercised recently? What are the things that I'm putting into my mind as far as what it could be music, art, the movies you're watching, the shows you're watching?
Yeah, big one.
Who am I hanging around? Did I get enough sleep? What's my diet like right now? Right. When's the last time that I had some connection? Have I expressed gratitude? And then guess what? You go back. Am I hydrated right now? Exactly. You go around here, these things, and it's kind of like a preventative maintenance checks or whatever. And I probably fucked up some of them or embellished on some of them, but the whole idea is that you're constantly checking in on yourself. Like, are you good? So before you go, I'm not happy because it's you, Alberto, because you don't make me feel whole. Well, you know what if you've just been dehydrated for a whole last week and you haven't slept good? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, it could, like, don't blame that on somebody else or wait for somebody else to come and fix all of those little things, because you can check your own list and have that vigorous cycle. He says vigorous because it's all constant.
Oh, you can get dehydrated in like 3 days. You got to constantly drink.
Really helps to keep that in mind.
One of my favorite hats, and I want to find it. It says, all of the problems that you're having right now is because you're not drinking enough water.
Well, and you could also do that to excess. We talked about that lady,
true,
right?
Yeah, you can, get some electrolytes in there, but I mean, get a cup over my, and this sounds like super, influencer, Instagram influencer as hell, but over my refrigerator, I put, and roast me later if you want, I put the molecular symbol for water over my refrigerator because I used to pick drinks in there. So I put it up there. So every time I reach, when I did drink, which is, I'm talking about like as if this is 5 days ago, but I would see that water symbol.
Right.
And it would like, drink water, be water.
Water.
That's like 98% of our body is water.
Yeah, we're full of water. Like water is like the wonder thing. Water is the reason why our fucking planet is blue.
We're electric
why we have life.
beings. Like
water, man.
Electricity. I mean, I'm not saying we're like electrical, but like we are. Like we're run like the brain and the heart because of electrical pulses.
Yeah.
And if you don't have water, the conductor in there, it's hard for it to communicate. Yeah. That's why there's a lot of. I mean, this is just my theory. This is not like medical.
Was this not a TED Talk or something like that?
My dad's like, actually, there's no journals on this at all. So,
so it's not real.
You bring me 3 Stanford studies from the past 5 years. Hey, Dad, no.
Was this peer reviewed?
Exactly. Was this like? Let me get some references, some sources at the bottom.
Hey, does it work? Have you found truth in it, like that it works?
Yes, 100%. And so, what's I don't know if I'll say his name, but he was talking about at the last mic how he quit vaping and the way he did it was he was drinking LaCroix.
Oh yeah, that was Amazing Hayden.
Hayden
Amazing Hayden, man.
And even before that, so I was vaping, and one of the Marines was like, "Man, I cut that shit out." I said, "No more. I'm not going to do this anymore."
Yeah.
Now I would do that, and the way I would do it, this is disgusting, but I would do the vape, and I would spit in it, and I'd be like, "Right, I can't fucking have that anymore." One day. I went back and I forgot I spit in one. I took a hit of my own fucking loogie. That is the worst fucking. You're coughing and throwing up, and I'm like, look at myself right now. I'm coughing because I vaped my own spit, man.
Yeah.
And then you go and you buy another and you buy another.
Oh, that's the thing though. That's the dedication right there. That's how dedicated I am as an addict. Because I'll just be like, you know what? This is a good reason to get that new one. I want it.
Right.
Exactly.
And you're giving yourself an excuse.
And I
feel better than I do now.
I'm on the defense council again for things that are not making me a better version of myself. And look, everybody's got vices. Everybody can do things that are probably not, nobody's saying or claiming that we're like doing all healthy things all day long. But those cornerstone habits, like alcohol, big thing. Theo Vaughn's podcast he had with Jordan Peterson, but he was talking about, he was also one like Nikki Glaser was talking about, thought he wouldn't be funny anymore, thought he wouldn't be artistic. He's actually gotten better, he says, and he has. I've seen his work, right? But Dr. Jordan Peterson broke this down that alcohol is for most people a depressant. Mm-hmm. There are those among us, and I am fucking so one of them. And I thought I was crazy forever because everybody else gets tired and goes to sleep or passes out. Guess what I do?
Round 2.
Fucking let's go.
This is it.
Like, I'm telling you, that shit is, I can drink Busch Light, like, and drink a whole, like, 30 rack and be so, like, I just drank nothing but Starbucks coffee all day long. Like, so turned up. It is a stimulant for some people.
Right.
It is a stimulant for some people. It may be a depressant for others, but for some people, it is a stimulant. Just like some stimulants are actually depressants for other people, right? Depending on how their makeup is. So we're all different. But the thing is not like a dead set, like you will be an addict, you will be an alcoholic or whatever. But if you're like that, you know who you are. They just call me Pringle Can Cam. You know why? Because once I pop, I just didn't stop.
Pringle Can
Cam, dog.
Oh my God,
once I pop, I don't stop, man. I get my lime, I get my ginger ale, I get my Crown Royal, and I would just drink until I had a fucking large collection of purple bags.
Oh, yeah.
The big ones, the little ones. Oh, yeah. But I mean,
Crown
just
Royal.
anything I do, I'm going to do. I'm going to fucking do it, right? But you can use that in, I also say it's maybe a enthusiastic a personality, right?
Oh yeah, we're crazy. We're not crazy, but we're like
we're crazy.
We're crazy, and so like anything we put in, we're gonna go 120%.
Yeah, man.
And I mean that is what addiction is. Like, I have one, I'll have 8.
No.
I'm gonna finish this whole white.
Y'all being weak. Y'all ain't gonna have 11. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all how to drink.
Empty, and I need a whole something. It's funny, like you're fine when you have stuff in your glass, but when it's empty, it's like,
dude, even getting near towards the ice, I'm like, I need a refill.
Right.
Or I'm not even really engaging.
I'm tasting water.
But there's so many times I missed out on opportunities because I wouldn't even really give a fuck about the Super Bowl. If I'm really being honest, I wouldn't even give a shit about Thanksgiving. I would be like, there was some Thanksgivings I didn't even fucking eat. Because I would just get fucked up.
That happened to me. I blacked out in 19 at Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
My cousins were like, "Is he drunk?"
Yeah.
I'm like, shit.
No, I just, so many of those times that could have been good moments, guess what? I didn't even get to enjoy them.
Right.
I thought I was enjoying them, but I don't remember them, or I'm really remembering them with some apologies that I had to say afterwards, or patch a hole in my mother-in-law's wall in Philadelphia because I leaned back in the chair while I was drinking E&J the entire day. Everybody else is cooking and prepping, and I'm just sipping E&J and playing Luther Vandross over and over again.
Yeah. Oh man, that sounds
and doing,
great.
hey, listen to this part. Hey, nobody wants to hear the part like you want to hear it right now. You know what I'm saying? Just everybody know that, okay? So that goes away a little bit, but I still love my music. I still love things. But there was, dog, for a while there, I'm gonna be honest with you, Fleetwood Mac. There was certain Pearl Jam songs. Fucking.
My thing right now is Barry White's.
Oh man, I love me some Barry White. But there was certain artists I couldn't listen to initially after I had stopped drinking because they carried such a relationship with drinking and with getting fucked up. So I'm good now. Like I'm good now with it. But there was just certain soundtracks I couldn't play because music really stimulates me, and it'd be like, and I get real nostalgic. Like some people are like that with smells or some shit. I'm like that with sounds and with, like, I can see a clip from a movie and remember the first time I saw it, and like I'll remember all the other things around it. Like same with music and stuff. So to each their own. Everybody's wired differently. I'm not. I'm fucking pretty crazy, and I know that, right? But you got to get to know how crazy you are, and then how to deal with that. And like he said in the letter, we never get over it. Your it may not be a traumatic experience. Your it just might be the way that you're wired, or the way you've always seen things done. And that's where that episode 2 with Coach Chan is really good, because she calls it the family business. You're just carrying on the family business.
Right, exactly.
That's the way the business has always been carried out. So who are you now? And then there's those around you be like, oh, you think you're better than us now? Oh, now you all judging and shit? You know what I mean? And look, man, I'm not saying you can't help influence others, because I do believe in that Jim Carrey quote of the effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. So that's where I'm trying to find my wealth in life, is the effect I have on others. And that's the legacy, right? But there are those around you that may be you are a trigger for them to realize what a piece of shit they are.
Right.
And they don't like that shit.
You think I'm being annoying now, you should see me when I'm drunk. I'm even more annoying.
Right.
Kind of
but for those that you used to get drunk with and get fucked up with, now it's like, oh, you think you better? You think you better than us, huh?
Yeah.
You know, and oh man, that's a bad feeling.
You don't drink? Why?
Oh yeah, like there's something wrong with you. No, it's actually probably something wrong with all of us. I think I summed it up one time really good. I used to lie and say because of medications and stuff and little things. I'm like, nah, because I gotta whatever. Now it really doesn't bother me, man. It really doesn't bother me. But I understand why it bothers others because it did for me for a while. But one lady asked me like 2 years ago, it was at a Thanksgiving, and she was like, "Oh my God, Cam, you don't drink? Why not? What's wrong with you?" I was like, put it like this. I'm a better person when I don't.
Right.
And if you have any favorable impression of me right now,
let's keep it that way.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Now, some people go, "Oh my God, is he a hitter? Does he hit people?" No, I'm just a fucking idiot. And I'll be all up in your face talking forever, and I want you to listen to every song I've ever thought of. And you know what I mean? Like,
you want to walk me home while I'm speaking to you in Arabic?
I want you to keep liking me.
Right,
as much as possible. Or I really don't care if you really, really genuinely like me. That's not what I'm saying here. But if you did like me, you won't so much later on. Right. So we're just going to keep this good for everybody, and I'm just not going to do that. How about that? I'm going to do what Kevin said, which is keep the alcohol out your mouth. Mm-hmm. At the very root of it, and people laugh at me, they say I'm crazy. I put all these quotes everywhere. I got Bruce Lee's handwriting on my fucking arm.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
What do you got on those quotes?
The be water, my friend.
That's awesome. But, that's right. You should.
But I'm dumb, man. I'm not trying to. People are like, your self-talk needs to be better for yourself. I got that, but I know myself. Like, I won't remember this shit. Like earlier, I forgot one of my favorite comedians ever. I forgot Nikki Glazer's name because I don't have Nikki Glazer's quote right here in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to keep these shit in my repertoire, and I have this wall like in my office where I am, and people say it's tacky or it's too much, but you know what? It's reminding me to be a better version of myself.
Exactly. My background is Bruce Lee right now, and this is Be Water, my friend.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, that guy, his daughter, man, she's really carrying his legacy on so well. The Bruce Lee podcast, there's so many profound episodes on there that are just so good.
Yeah, I saw that.
So good.
A podcast. He died in the 70s?
Died in 1973.
He's got his own podcast.
Yeah, the Bruce Lee podcast, man. It's so good.
He didn't even know.
She has some really good guests on there.
Yeah.
And that's taking something, and I love that. And I feel like with me, I could die right now, and through the daughter I have and my children, and I would live on, right? And he sowed that into those kids with Brandon, and that was a tragedy too.
Yeah.
With The Crow, the filming of that movie and a mishap that occurred, but. Just a great dude. Was he perfect? And I actually love this part. He wasn't.
No one.
He wasn't perfect. Exactly. I mean, he was like a man that never fit in. He wasn't Chinese enough for the Chinese, and he wasn't American enough for the Americans. And he was just him, though. Right. But even with Jeet Kune Do and how he brought that and showed other people, that was not popular. Now we talk about we love him and all that stuff, but a lot of people at that time, the 60s and the 70s,
different
to like an Asian man and think of him in a tough light and not as an enemy, right? And then also beyond that, like the ones that he was taking the teachings of, that wasn't popular. Leadership's not ever popular at the moment, but the effect you have, like Dr. King. Oh my God, one of the most influential people in history. Got scandals. Didn't always do the right thing. Didn't always make the best decisions. But the impact and the effect he had forever and ever and ever. Look, we're still living through the sacrifices he made. And he was so not popular to the point where somebody shot him in the face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so many other reasons.
Did not like him back
Ali. There's so many other great examples in our
Malcolm
history that we look up to now, we admire now. But when it was their time, they were not popular. The approval ratings for some of these presidents that we look at, and I mean, Lincoln, he's so respected in history and everything like that. They didn't like him so much that they killed him. Right? Like, and the Civil War started because he got elected. Like, that's when it all popped off and people started seceding from the Union.
But when they die, everyone starts posting their favorite songs to them. Their record sales go up.
Yeah, but hey, so in that vein, I tell you, man, I appreciate you. I really, really do, man. Because here's the thing, I think we all need to be more expressive in our gratitude for each other because, as Kanye says,
yes, sir.
As he said, and hey, remember, he's not a perfect human either, right? He's got some things he's working through, but hurt people, and hey, I hope he finds a better place and doesn't hurt anybody. But he did say on the song Big Brother, he said, if you admire somebody, you should go ahead and tell them because people never get the roses while they can still smell them.
Amen.
So that's to your point right there, whether it's the Dr. Kings or the Lincolns or Whitney Houston. Oh my God, watch that Whitney Houston movie. Like, she was so amazing. Had me listen to Whitney Houston like I was fucking 5 again.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just amazing. And she succumbed to... She passed away. Yeah. I mean, just so many greats are gone because of these things they're golems.
They're great, but they're imperfect.
Exactly. But I still love and admire them, and I'm grateful for them. But, you know, it shouldn't take that person passing for us to be like, oh, I'm going to listen to the whole catalog of music now.
Right.
Or that relative, like, they won't get off your mind. And we're humans, and we take things for granted and stuff like that. But if you have the opportunity to, if you want to feel better, make somebody else feel better.
Exactly.
Tell them how much you love them, how much you admire them. And who cares about fucking being soft or, oh, that's some mushy-gushy shit, bro. That's cringy. Fuck you. You know what? Because I'm going to say all of this shit and more when I don't have this person no more.
Right.
So I'm going to say it now because I might not. Highly likelihood that I won't have this again. Whitney Cummings, a great female comic, right? But one thing she said was so smart was that we're all just walking trash bags filled with blood. That's how fucking delicate we are.
Exactly.
Like some trash bags are stronger than our skin. You know what I mean? We're just big hefty bags filled with blood and organs, and we're just walking around, just bouncing around, hoping it works out, thinking we have tomorrow, thinking we got next week. So if you admire somebody, go ahead and tell them because they might not get the roses while they can still smell them.
My homie Frankie, shout out to Frankie. He's in LA right now. He's writing for some big shows and doing some stage plays, and there's a writer strike right now. I hope he's doing well. But he said this, it's hilarious, but it makes sense. He goes something like, I'm paraphrasing, are we not all just a bunch of giant babies stumbling around with a soiled diaper, and all we want to do is just to stop for a moment and just say, oopsie. And I laughed so hard, but I'm like, dude, that is the deep, and you said a lot of things, man, but that resonates with me. We're imperfect. We're just giant babies
trying to figure it out, dude.
Shit. And we just want to say oopsie. And everyone wants you to understand, and everyone's got their shit, soiled pants and everything. So, yeah, and thank you, man, for having this. I can say, without a doubt, these mics, you and everyone, I think you guys may have saved my life, or at least me continuing this chain.
Wow, man. That
has, I cannot tell you how much I mean that. And I'm very, 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 there's a quote from a soft white underbelly. His name's Sharp. He says, thank you for being alive the same time I was alive.
Damn, man.
And so thank you, man.
Thank you, bro.
For being alive.
Thank you for saying that. And I know from you being who you are, like you mean it.
Yeah.
You say things you mean, and you mean what you say. So that means a lot to me, man. I love you, man. I really appreciate you.
I
really do.
Much.
It's a privilege to know you and call you friend.
Thank you. Likewise.
And here's the thing: I would have never met you, though, bro.
That's right.
I would have never ever fucking met you if certain changes weren't made. And I'm not saying, oh, me. No, I'm saying if certain changes weren't made, this wouldn't have come together, right? We wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't have met each other. And then a lot of other people we cited in here today. So
Curdy Mungus.
Wouldn't know him, man.
To this room.
That's it.
And if I didn't hear Eric Griffin randomly on my YouTube, I would not be here.
Which, can you tell that story to everybody real quick? For anybody out there aspiring to be an artist, like this man, and it was fucked up as you told me like 2 weeks after I'd walked off a stage in San Diego.
Yeah.
Because like it was at a bar. It was a good spot, really cool spot, but it just wasn't landing. And I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to do you all a favor and walk the fuck off here right now. And they were like, no. And I was like, oh shit, they were listening, but I wasn't going to come back and be like, okay, I was just playing. But I had just did what you said.
Yeah.
Don't do. I quit like a little bitch. So please, for anybody out there aspiring, listen to what he's about to tell you.
Yeah. So it was the Hailstorm concert. And I'm taking pictures, taking video. And afterwards, so Curdy Mungus takes a picture with them. He has his electric ukulele. I play the ukulele. I've never played the electric one. It looks like electric guitar. So I go up to him after when it's settling down. I say, hey, man, I've never seen a uke like that. That's awesome. Can I try it out? And I'm playing with it.
Is that like gangster talk for ukulele?
Yeah, uke. Yeah, that's our
what's up with that uke?
Yeah. let me get them Let me get them chords, them 4 chords. And he goes, well, if you want to see me play it, I'm playing an open mic up in that room. I go, there's an open mic? He goes, yeah, man. It's tomorrow night, 7:15. I'm like, I'm going to be there. So the next day rolls around, and I'm like, should I go? Are people going to be funny? You know, I was on an island for 4 years with people who weren't yes-anding. I said, I'm not going to go. So I go to Sukiya, and I'm just eating food, and I just turn on YouTube, we're eating food, Eric Griffin comes on, and he's talking.
Outstanding comic.
I cannot find this clip. It was almost like it was for that moment. But he said, he was talking about his first gig. He says, you know, I was so excited. The booker was like, we're going to go cross country. We're going to go to this place, the venue. He gets there. It's a dive bar, maybe like 11 people tops. And they don't even know he's supposed to perform. So the host comes up. He's like, all right, give it up for the guy. They don't even say his name. They're like, give it up for the guy. We got a comic. Mm-hmm. And he's standing there and he's looking at these people not paying attention. And he goes, is this it? Is this what comedy is?
And it's a road gig.
It's a road gig.
So he's made it. He's a comic now.
No one knows his name. He's building up. And he says, is this it? And he realizes, oh, yeah, this is it. This is comedy. These rooms where no one's listening, where you think no one's listening to you. You're standing on a stage. And if you get on stage, by the way, if you get on stage, you're already one of the bravest people I ever know.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just my words. But he says he did the bait and he killed. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And he says comedians don't fail, they quit.
They've quit.
And I'm sitting there with this food and I'm looking, I eat it really fast. I'm like, how many minutes I got?
Yeah.
I got 15 minutes. Thank you, universe. I got the message. I get over here, I come to this room. I think I did okay.
You did really good. No, that was outstanding, man. It was outstanding.
But I mean, that moment, it's those tiny moments.
That's life.
Those little decisions you make can switch. It's yes or no moments. If I would have walked out of the room in college, because I was going to ask my professor like a job afterwards, I got scared. I was walking out the door. My head was like, no, fucking ask him for a job. Turned around. I said, I need a job. He says, I know a little place in the Marshall Islands. I want to be here.
Look at that.
I would not be, I always imagine if I walked through that door.
Yeah.
If I would have taken that drink that night. If I didn't take a drink that night.
What if you were happy hour right now? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. These little moments. And you're like, oh, it's just one. No, it's those tiny
fucking adds up, dude.
They add up. And so always, if there's something in your subconscious that's like, maybe no, don't do it. If it's like a hard no, don't do it. If it's like a maybe yes, maybe no, you're probably better off doing no. You have other stuff to do. You have the whole internet to your disposal. I mean, be safe and healthy on the internet.
Well, Ronnie Chang said, who would have thought that have been exposed to all of human knowledge ever would have made it so fucking stupid?
Oh, yeah. We have virtually the entire amount of human knowledge, and we're like, oh, look at this fucking dog. It looks like a piece of bread. It's like, bro, you have so much power, man.
It's so funny.
I love Ronnie Chang, man.
Oh, he's fucking the shit.
But yeah, we hitting two.
No, we're good, man. We're good.
Okay.
I'm not worried about that shit. I'm not worried about that shit at all, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that.
I did want to say I did. I'm on the wagon again. But have you ever been pushed off the wagon?
Like somebody involuntarily got you messed up?
That happened to me. Yeah. That I was. It was a little jogging thing. It was on quad, so we're running, and I didn't have water on me. And I'm like, I need some water.
Yeah.
So someone's like, I got punch. I'm like, fuck it. Okay, so I drink the punch, and then I drink a shit ton of it.
Yeah.
Give it back. All of a sudden, I'm like, what was in that punch? He's like, oh no, it's like a Long Island iced tea. There's a little.
Oh.
I thought you meant water with like a vitamin pack. He goes, no, dude, this is like a fun run. You drink and you run.
So did you immediately like just say like, oh, I'm already in. Fuck it.
Have you ever gotten drunk without knowing it? You feel like I was like, I'm having a stroke right now. What is going on?
Yeah.
And it's those, I'm like, who am I hanging out with right now? And that was a big eye opener. Like, I'm hanging out with people who just, they can do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I was trying to better myself. Turns out I just knocked back shots, man.
Well, I'm already in. I might as well go all the way.
I felt like I had to go home. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? He goes, oh no, you drank. I'm like, damn it, dude. I had a streak going. And it's not his fault.
Right. Okay, I got you. Okay, so you didn't take shots, but you felt like you would take it. I got you. Okay, my bad.
I thought it was just like a mineral thing. And he's like, no, that was a punch as in like Kool-Aid, and then every single bottle on my shelf.
So what did that lead to? Like afterwards, like that particular time?
That I was off the wagon for a few months.
Wow. There's those little moments, right?
The
little moments, but it didn't have to be like that. You could have been like, oh shit, man, I'm good, dude. I'm good. I can't do that right now. You know, you lie and you make up.
He was under the assumption that like I knew what was up, and I was like, oh no, I thought this was just a health fitness thing. He's like, no, we're having fun, bro. I'm like, God damn it. So I guess it was no one's fault.
Yeah.
But I always remember that's the only time I was pushed off the wagon, and I was chasing that thing back.
Yeah, I've had certain experiences I won't disclose here, but I definitely have had. I'll tell you off mic. But those little things, they add up, you know, and you got to keep an open mind, everyone out there, that, you know, I one of my favorite movies, or I guess concepts, is The Butterfly Effect.
Yes.
That movie.
Yeah.
Like how like 4 or 5 different crazy stories ensue from like just them having a relationship,
Yeah.
right? And just not even like a deep relationship, just knowing each other, right? These little things add up, and like we wouldn't be sitting here right now if you were still drinking, if I was still drinking, if
Right.
that night you didn't go, right? And these things add up. So I just, for anybody out there who's wondering, like, right now it sucks. Well, look, this may be that uncomfortable moment that leads you to one of those other moments, that leads you to one of those other moments, that leads you to one of those other moments. That's eventually like the way to go for you, right? Like one of the times I had got sober or whatever, I was up one night looking at Twitter and I saw the thing for this comedy opportunity, and like I was like, okay. And then I remember I talked to my wife about it. She was like, yeah, you should try it. I was like, for real? Like, so I did it. And I enjoyed it so fucking much, man.
There's nothing
Shout
like
out Tim Lulis, man, for helping me out. I went to this little comedy workshop thing they did at the Funny Bone.
The LA Funny Bone?
No, I wish it was LA. No. It was in Virginia.
Virginia.
In Virginia Beach Funny Bone. I went out there, man, and I just was like, wow. I just came to kind of do something constructive. But at the time, I wasn't drinking, right? And had I been drinking, though, I'd have never been looking at that shit that night. I'd have been looking at something different, or not even there. And who knows, like, that wouldn't have fed into the other thing, to the other thing, to the other thing. Like, it adds up. And one of the analogies when I first started being open to taking medication, right? And people are like, yeah, no shit, he's on medication. Look at him, right? Right? You should see me when I'm not. But my lows aren't as low as they used to be.
Right.
My highs are just whatever, life is life. So I'm not like walking around high from it, but I don't go as dark. I'm able to I still have the reflex of, oh, fuck. But then I'm able to cognitively kind of break it down. And I didn't know that I had a deficit going on. I just didn't know. I just thought it was how I was. I was just a negative fuck, right? But the analogy the guy told me was like, when we go to this castle run, and we had where I was living at then, we had a little mountain we would run up to every week. And he's like, let's say we run up there together. We run up there together. You win. You're better than me. Great. I'm like, yeah, that's right, old man. I'll smoke your ass, right? And he was like, but when we do it, you have a pack on your back. And I was like, okay. He's like, now you're going to keep getting up that thing every week, every day you go up there, and you're probably still going to win. But isn't your fucking trip a lot harder than mine?
That's true.
And I was like, well, yeah. He's like, how much faster could you go if I took off the pack? Right? But not only that, but let's think about in the physical sense of the day-to-day deterioration of like if you literally run with a pack all the time, you know, on your joints, on your lower back, the things that add up. Now, initially, you're not going to feel it when you're young and able-bodied, but over time, you'll have that little hump. There'll be some ailments coming up. Mm-hmm. So those little things add up. And he's like, look, bro, you'll still get up to the top of the hill. You'll still run. Your run will still be challenging, but does it need to be that fucking hard?
Right.
Now, you're still going to have to get up that hill.
Mm-hmm.
You're still going to want to win. You're still going to want to run fast. All that kind of stuff is going to be challenging. But let's take that pack off.
Right.
And that's what medication did for me.
Nice.
Was I got to take off that pack. And when I go low, I don't go as low. So I did a trial run and I was running out of medication. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to take this shit again. And my wife's like, you should probably keep taking it.
Right.
You know, because I wouldn't go dark. Like I would go like 3 days, like no words, no nothing. It'd be over whatever, man. I would just downward spiral, and you know, I'd get mad about, or I'd fixate on the things that should be. You know, this relationship should be like this, or that should be like that, or like what the fuck is normal anyway, right? And Dr. Gabor Mate, shout out to him. He got that book called The Myth of Normal. I heard him just say the concept of the fucking book. I have it downloaded. I haven't read it all yet, but like just that title, The Myth of fucking Normal.
The Myth of Normal.
So I always just felt like, hey, if I go to the doctor and I talk to somebody, of course I'm going to find something wrong with me. The pharmaceutical company's going to give me something I'm going to be dependent on for the rest of my life, and we'll all get diagnosed with something. That's what I thought, right? Because I didn't want to be a hypochondriac. I didn't want to get diagnosed or nothing like that. But man, there was a lot of years lived that were not lived to full quality.
Right. That
have been since a few years ago when I got on medication.
And I was on antidepressants, and I don't take them anymore, but it did help me. When I was in a low point in my life, it helped carry me through it. And when I was over it, I said, this is where our journey stops. Thank you for everything. If I need you again, I will call you. Yeah. And I kept going. And there is no shame. I need to stress that. No shame.
No shame.
I take ADHD medication.
Yeah.
Not every day.
Yeah.
But when I need that extra help,
right,
it will it's there.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm here. It's not a dependency.
Yeah.
People can't be dependent, but there's no shame in taking that.
None.
This is coming from someone who is alive right now because they took it.
Yeah.
And that is very, very, very important.
Yeah.
And a lot of people need to know that. Especially
No, they need to. They definitely need to. And to not have that stubborn mindset like I did.
Right.
My mother used to say when I was young, he hard-headed. And I was, and I am on a lot of things. But, you got to kind of soften that head up a little bit, if that even sounds right. And kind of open your mind a little bit to exploring different things, whether it's taking a trial of medication or going to therapy or speaking to somebody or trying a new workout. You're like, working out's not for me. Well, did you know that you could try this workout instead? You can get shape up like that DDP yoga. Diamond Dallas Page does a fucking yoga. Like, you're like, yoga's too soft. It's all hippy dippy. Well, do Diamond Dallas Page yoga and maybe that's a little bit more intense. Like, there are other options out there, bro.
Right.
That's the thing. And I think that's where we sometimes creatures of habit or just fucking settling for mediocrity. We just stay in our own shit.
Settling for mediocrity, yeah.
And if you want to have something, what did Denzel Washington say? His wife said, if you want to have something you never had, you have to do something you never done.
If you want to have something, yes.
And then think about like accomplishments or like, I think he was in the light of like picking certain roles and different things like that or whatever. But hey man, this too shall pass, and all these actions add up. But I think about some people I know, and even myself, that are elder now, or that you just like, they're set in their ways and they like this. But what if say 30 years ago? What if say 30 years ago we took off that pack?
Yes, sir.
Would their knees be different now? Would their backs be different now? And this is all metaphors, right? But how much different would those day-to-day moments be now had they had done just a little bit, something small is taking off that pack, and maybe changing their route up just a little bit, because that shit adds up. I think that book, Grit to Great, I think it is, they talk about how if a plane flies from San Francisco with a destination of New York, that if it's off by just a few degrees, that you can't even notice, like it's just like turning just a little bit in a chair, that fucking plane will end up in DC. Yeah. And over that time of going across the whole country at that degree, it'll put you in DC to New York is a big fucking difference.
Huge.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is in the days of our lives, man. And a great mentor here, Big Mike. I'm gonna call him for now because I want to keep his name anonymous. Right. He knows who he is, but he says seconds make minutes, minutes make hours, hours make up the days of our lives. And so time really does matter. So don't waste it.
There's one of my favorite short stories. It's called A Sound of Thunder, and it's a company. They've developed time travel. And it's a hunting company. So they say, okay, you go and you're going to go back in time. You can kill dinosaurs. But you can only kill the ones we've marked because we've marked them so that in a few minutes they're going to die in a tar pit anyway. You're not going to change history. But you stay on the path. Don't fuck up anything. So these hunters go and, they're hunting these dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. And, they finish it and they come back to their present time, and everything's fucked up. Everyone's speaking in a different way. All the signs are stupid. And they're like, what? We followed the rules. And the guy looks under his shoe, and there's a butterfly under his foot. That little butterfly, because he stepped on it, some lizard didn't eat, that thing died, and then time went on, and then everything's all stupid. And it's those little things that add and add and add and add up. It's so, like you said, like, when you're 60 years old, that's what I'm doing at 30. Yeah. And I'm so glad I thought about my younger self, like, okay, how's it going? Yeah. So when I'm 60, my 30-year-old self, I might even write a letter to myself, like, okay, this is you when you're 30. Man. I'm not going to read this until I'm 60.
That could be powerful. Kevin talks about doing that. There's a website or something. I think you just do it for yourself, but there's a service that you can write letters to yourself, and he gets them now, like 10 years later, he's been sober or whatever. I forgot the service or whatever. He talks about it, but yeah, people do that, and it's something to reflect. Even this right now, what we're doing right now, and how you have the memos on your phone. Yep. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna upload this as soon as this is over. Yes. You listen to this in the next time of trial, to where you're like, I want to get fucked up, and you're like, let me hear myself when I was in my right mind, thinking, and what was I saying? Like, it's writing a letter to yourself.
Exactly. Alberto, don't do it, man. You stay in. You got PlayStation 4.
That's right, PlayStation 4.
5 maybe. But
or you got that Creed MetaQuest.
You got that,
go do that Creed MetaQuest for a few minutes, bro.
Yeah, and if you just did it, just go to bed. Yeah. Go to bed. Read a book. You got all those books you bought, and you
didn't read
haven't
shit.
read them.
Yep.
Go read a book, man.
Go read
you just
one
got
books.
Some new sheets.
Go do some yoga with Adrian, bro.
Go to the open mic.
Go to the open, or prepare
write
some
jokes,
material.
prep some stuff.
Hey, that's the thing too about the open mic. That's kind of the hook, because it's not just the night of doing it; it's also the nights leading up to it. Because that's one thing I've learned: I cannot fucking do publicly speak while intoxicated. Oh, I'll do it. It's just gonna be like shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I can't, like I'm not able. I'll grab a microphone and start saying some fucking flabbergasted shit, but it's not gonna be good or quality at all. So it's kind of like a forcing function to prevent me from, okay, I got this mic coming up tonight. I can't do this or that. I need to focus on, trying to work out this bit or trying to work out this thing. Or sometimes for me, I just go to the poetry and I'll just try to write something on that note or whatever it is. But
having content.
But if you're going to practice for that, however minute mic you got, you have to do some preparation to that.
Exactly.
Right? So it's going to lead up to good habits or good things in good ways. And that's also the idea of it.
You know what is a great example of that? I was thinking about going on stage and playing a banjo uke, writing a comedy song with like a catchy tune.
Like some Steve Martin shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
Love it.
But I was not abusing Adderall. I was taking it every single day.
Yeah.
And what Adderall does is it makes me chew my nails off.
Got you.
I
How's that work out with banjoing?
Exactly. I took it so I can write these. I can't even play it because my nails are gone because of the thing that I took to play it, but I can't play it because my nails are gone.
Oh, shit.
So a few weeks ago, they're growing back. I'm waiting for them to get past the tip so I can strum this thing.
Oh, man.
That is how... that is my relationship with that. That's the pill I take.
Yeah.
And, I take low doses of it when needed now.
When
I used
needed.
to take that every single day. And I just chewed my nails. Bleeding, dude. Bleeding.
Yeah.
I couldn't do the thing that I took it for because I had no nails. And that hit me hard. I'm like, dude, you can't even do your what you want to do because you're being irresponsible. We're not even irresponsible, just focus on that.
Yeah.
This is the sign of why you don't need to be doing this every day, because you can't even do the goal of why you're doing it, right? I can't hit beat pads on my machine, making beats, because blood gets on them. And I don't like it because I bite my nails.
Yeah, no, that's real though. But how
like,
many? This is a physical representation of this goes on in so many other people's lives too, right? Like that Newton's third law of motion is fucking real, man. For every action, there's the opposite and equal reaction, right? And it could be one that you don't want. So if we think about these and you're looking at maybe sitting listening to Alberto, you're like, oh, that's weird. Oh, that's you got bloody fingers. Oh, no. But what is your bloody fingers?
Exactly.
What is the thing in your life of whatever it may be that's preventing you from doing what you said you want to do those things?
So ironic. It's ironic how the thing that I did to do those things made me not be able to do it.
That's
and so when
irony.
we were running up that mountain, I was huffing and puffing. I had to walk, but I thought about it. I'm like, you realize that you did these things to damage your body so much. So right now, this pain you're feeling,
gonna pay for it.
It is you reversing that pain. Imagine the pain you did for your body. Now, this is it. This is what it did.
Yeah.
You're feeling the effects of that, but you're reversing it now. So as you do this more and more, as you climb this mountain up to a castle, it sounds like something out of Zelda.
It does, man. It's so cool, dude.
It is awesome.
I'm telling you. I mean, of course, I'm biased in it because it's like our event or whatever, but like, it's some fun shit.
It's awesome. And so it's like, okay, let's make these changes. Your nails are growing. And it's gonna take time, but if you keep doing it, you're gonna get up to the mountain. I'm gonna strum these instruments. I'm gonna be able to hold a pen, study Japanese without blood getting. And it sounds disgusting, but this is,
but that's literally where it goes.
This is what addiction is.
This is why this is called real resilience talk. Real talk.
You're seeing. I remember I did the same kind of thing with Adderall in college, and they were down to the nail bed. I was getting nail cutters and pull. Like I was upset because what it is, it's your mind trying to control something because it's so overstimulated. And my friend at the time, Jordan, he comes up and he grabs my hand and he says, "Do you see that? That is the inside of your body."
Yeah.
And I never forget that. He says, "That is the inside of your body you're looking at. You're not supposed to see that shit.
Yeah.
Maybe when you brush your teeth, but that's it. But And it just carried on. And because I was diagnosed when I was 10 years old. So I've been on this for 20 years.
Yeah.
And they put me on it because they were like, he can't focus on math or Texas history. But really, the thing was, I was 10 years old. This shit's boring. I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
I just learned how to like recognize myself in a mirror. I don't care about Texas history right now. So
Right.
They put me on that, and I was on it. So right now, I'm learning to control it. And it's going well. My nails are growing back. It takes time, but at least it's happening.
It takes time. It takes time. All of these things take time. They didn't grow back the second you stopped, and nor will that castle run. That's some Zelda shit, by the way. That is tight that you said that. We run up to see the castle in the sunrise.
Exactly.
Some pretty cool shit. But we're back in our appointed places of work by 7 a.m. So you can come join us if you're in the listening area to us. But it adds up.
My nails longer than it was yesterday.
Hey. It adds up, and sometimes it takes time to see these results, but it can get better. It will get better. You just might not be able to see that right now.
Exactly.
I heard something recently where a guy was saying that, like, I'm probably fucking this up, but basically you're looking through, like, your goal is on the other end, but you're looking through the forest, and you can't see shit. And the thing is, can you see the next step? Can you see the next step?
Exactly.
Then take that. Then can you see the next step? Stop worried about the end state or whatever, or like I was saying, I ain't got nothing else to look forward to. Now I have so much to look forward to, and I can't believe I was ever at those places. But, long term, whatever, everybody's got their own shit they're dealing with, right? But if you get saturated in that stuff and it gets to a certain point, your judgment gets impaired.
It does.
And you start, like, these people that are mass shooters or people that kill themselves or hurt other people, like, sometimes they'll release their letters and stuff like that. And I'm not at all glorifying what they do by any fucking means. But you read it and you go, oh, fuck, they thought this was a good idea.
Right.
They thought this was a good idea to do this thing. And obviously it wasn't. But that's the point where people can get, and that's where I think with that letter I wrote off from the mental wellness letter that came out in 2019, like, it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to continue to keep gnawing off your fingers or ignoring this issue to the point where you make an irreversible decision and you leave people behind. That's what we want to avoid. That's what we want to always avoid people getting to, is preventing that. But not only, you don't always have to just die to be dead. Does that make sense? Like, there's a lot of, like, Walking Dead, the zombies. They're just walking around. They're alive. There's some heartbeats going on there, but are they really alive? And I think for myself, there's been many a days where I've been a zombie. Yeah. And I ain't really been living to my full capability. And there's probably a lot of people out there right now. And there's certain days I'm going to have bad days and shit like that. But this way is a little bit better.
Exactly.
It's not making anything worse. So try that shit. And like I said, man, you're not alone in this shit. I think we've shared enough to realize, like, oh, they're fucked up.
Yeah, dude, but I put it all on the table tonight.
But we say it though to, like, everyone's fucked up in some way, shape, or form. Like, we all are, man, and everybody's got their ticks, and everybody's got their things, and everybody's got their yesterday.
When you mentioned mass shooters, I just had a tick right now.
Yeah.
Thank God that you just told me that, like, the wisdom and note of the difference. I just applied that. I mean, that works. These things work.
It does. So, it does.
Yeah.
And they may sound cliche because they're true. They're true and they add up. But it's day by day choices, man. One of the things we talk about too with writing and expression, journaling. And you don't have to, some people use their notes on their phone or whatever like that. But when you write out things, that you can read on it. There's a lot of literature, a lot of backed up science on it, that writing things out in longhand can be far more therapeutic because you're kind of working through things. But if you don't know what to write, you're like, I'm not an artist. I don't fucking write. You guys are just some fucking Glee Club motherfuckers over here talking this shit. Whatever. Teach their own. But you can follow a simple ditty. It's called GGBBR. And I'll share this in the show notes. But you write something you're grateful for. You write something you did good today. You write something you did bad today or not desirable. How can you do that better? And then reflect. And sometimes just that writing prompt, that GGBBR, will help you get a prompt to where you can actually express some things. But what I love the most about it is kind of like a little mind hack, is that you start a habit of doing the G, you are going to be looking for things to be grateful for. And that, man, can help out so much. I remember for years I did drill instructor duty, and in being a drill instructor, like, you have to find the negative in everything. Right. That's how you do your job, right? Like, you have to find the negative in everything. Well, I think I got immersed into it too much because for a little bit, I was already like this anyway, but for years after, like, I'd walk into a room and be like, oh my God, look at that fucking paint. It's not fucking right. Look at that right there. That's fucked up over there. Look at these fucking chairs not covering the line. Look at this motherfucker over here. Didn't we get a fucking haircut? What the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker? Like, I would walk into everything and find negative. And that works for certain skill sets, and that's your job, is to be a drill instructor and to enforce discipline and standards and stuff like that. But that doesn't work for everyday life.
No.
But I didn't realize how much it was a part of my overall psyche, right? Of like finding negative, pointing it out, and I didn't feel right unless I made a correction, right? And
That's exactly.
some people are thinking like, oh, he's a stereotypical guy back in the fleet and he's just yelling at everybody. That wasn't the case. But my outlook on things was to find the negative in things. But what I'm saying right here, this GGBBR thing helped, was now I look for things to be grateful for.
Exactly.
I still think, and I hope that all people that are in that job of being a drill instructor are still trying to find negative, because it's necessary for that. But it's not good to apply to your regular life.
Exactly.
Especially if you're already wired to be looking for negative. So just something to think about, something to try. There's always something to be grateful for in every situation.
I feel my pulse, and it's not going crazy.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for just simply that, just breathing.
Sometimes that could be the thing, man.
Yeah.
That could be the thing to be grateful for. Everybody's got something to be grateful for.
And the fact that I'm thankful that I learned from this.
Yeah.
I could have just hid this from everybody. I had no fucking.
Or never faced it, right?
Never faced it.
Never faced it.
Never faced it.
Or maybe you just never knew that it was fucked up.
Right.
Right? We think about some genital mutilation and things like that happen in other countries and go, how the fuck could they do that to little girls? But because of the culture they're in, because of the way they're raised, and this isn't to judge them or down them, but it's so accepted that if it doesn't happen to some of those young ladies, they feel like they're not as good as the other ones.
Right.
Right? Because they just call that circumcision.
Right.
That's not castration or genital mutilation, right?
Exactly.
So we only know what we know is what I'm saying here.
Right.
And you might not even know how fucked up shit is for you, or how fucked up your normal practices are, or to quote Coach Chan, how fucked up your family business is, until you can maybe see what right looks like or be exposed to, without having to learn the hard way, that these things add up and these things deteriorate your life. And some people are going, well, y'all talking about being 60 and shit. No. You might not make it to 60, right? But I'm saying you might anyway, right? And then you want to look back and say, I didn't fulfill the best version of myself. And it adds up with these habits, man.
Right.
These day-to-day decisions.
You don't want to like think, I'm not going to live to 60. Might as well just not do shit. And then you make it to 60 and you're like, well, it happened.
Yeah.
I waste all that time. Had I known.
Yeah.
You know, you never know when you're going to go.
Yeah.
So I might go. What was that you were talking about, family, but in Sopranos? What's the son's name?
The son. AJ?
AJ. He's
AJ,
like,
yeah.
Dad, are you in the mafia?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm in, waste management. Finally, the son's like, Dad, are you in the mafia?
Yeah.
What the fuck the matter with you?
Yeah.
Why don't you keep your fucking mouth shut? Go to your fucking school. And
then he went and
like,
ate lunch meat out of his fridge with a wife beater on.
Yeah.
That's a T-shirt, by the way. I'm not encouraging domestic violence. Okay, we all know what I'm referring to.
A cutoff.
I think they call it an A shirt.
An A shirt.
An Hanes A shirt. You get a pack of 3.
Oh my God. An A shirt. Nice.
Rock some Timberlands and it'll be 1999 all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Hey, we don't know.
If you got that reference, give this a like.
Yes, yeah, right.
Put it in the comments.
If you know, you know. But we are a buildup of those little bricks. But just as Jocko said, man, Rome wasn't built overnight. It didn't fall apart overnight.
And these things that I've always heard, I think they're buzzwords, like a president saying like, oh, we need to do. I'm like, yeah, we've heard it before.
Yeah.
They resonate so much more now. And if they sound like buzzwords right now, I can only hope that you'll hear these again. Like I heard these Bruce Lee quotes, and then they just suddenly like, oh, I see what it is now. Right
Click
there.
pop.
Maybe it's almost like the universe saying, hey, listen to that, listen to that, listen to that.
Take
Bam.
heed, take heed, take heed.
Like your notes, like the notes that you say. Always, I've heard it before. Bam, there it is. But then it hits. It's right when you need it.
Yeah.
Right when you need it. So,
and ignorance is real, and blessed are the ignorant and all that good stuff. But there's also something called being, like I said earlier, you hard-headed, you stubborn.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I've been stubborn many of days in my life, man. Many of days in my life. And I'm not saying I'm still not in some ways, because I am. And I need to work on a whole lot of things.
Right.
But I'm able to see and identify things differently and be open to changing things. But you can't expect things to be different if you keep associating with the same fucked up people, keeping up the family business. You've seen this happen before, and now you're doing it again, and then be like, why am I not happy? Well, no fucking shit, right? Like this isn't because you have a chemical imbalance or something. Maybe that could help too if you got something for that, but that's not the only reason. And I don't think that, I love what Viktor Frankl said, and I'm gonna read it because I read it off often. I think this is like the 9th episode in a row I've read this off, but he said, for success like happiness, everybody wants to be happy and everybody wants to be successful. Exactly. All right. But I want to be happy. It's not going to happen. Listen to this. For success like happiness cannot be pursued. It must ensue. And it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself, or as the byproduct of one's surrender to a person other than oneself.
Exactly.
Bam. So you can't, it's got to be the product of things. It's got to ensue. It can't be like, I just want to be happy. Well, good fucking luck with that shit. Right. Like a lot of people say that shit though. Or you don't make me happy. It's called, like what Chris Rock said, it's called self-esteem. Motherfucker, it's down to you, right? So.
Bitch, it's called
self-esteem, right?
Isn't that Cat Williams? It's esteem of your motherfucking self.
Maybe it was Cat Williams. Oh my God, I'm being that guy.
The Pimp Chronicles Part 2.
It might have been. Yeah.
Specials.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. It was. Yeah, you're right. All right. I'm gonna go push for that. I'm gonna go do some burpees for punishment for that. But for getting that reference wrong.
When it comes to that pursuit of happiness, happiness is like circumstantial based, but joy, man. In that pursuit, you're gonna find something called joy, and that is existential.
Yes.
And during this pursuit, this journey, joy is like overwhelming.
Yeah.
Happiness is just like, oh, I got that, I'm happy. It's temporary. It's circumstantial.
I'm hungry. I ate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I'm happy but joy is like, I'm here. I'm breathing.
I get to be here.
I get to. A lot of people got a lot of friends who didn't get to be.
They don't get to be here, man. Right. They don't get to be here. And if you've lost them and that hurts, well, let's try to live for them. Let them live through us. Yeah, of course they would. Exactly. They would want you. They wouldn't want you to waste it. You know what I mean? So don't do that. But again, everybody's hurting in their own ways. And I bring up who said that, Dr. Viktor Frankl. Read about that guy, A Man's Search for Meaning. That guy survived 5 concentration camps. 5. And he could have fled Vienna before the Nazis came, but he didn't. He stayed to be there for his parents, and he had a pregnant wife. All of them were murdered, right? And this guy goes on and leaves this big impact on the world. And I hope nobody ever experiences the pain that guy felt. But he did say at some point that we're forced in a situation to where we can no longer change the thing or whatever. We're forced to change ourselves.
Right.
So some of us might be there. We might be there again. I don't know. But don't be stubborn or voluntarily ignorant, right? There is a better way. You probably know what that way is, or you know of some ways to make it better, but you're not going to find perfection, folks. It adds up. The little things add up. So I just say, whether we're saying it to ourselves or we're saying it to you now, man, make good choices.
Exactly.
They all add up, man. Rome wasn't built overnight. That motherfucker didn't fall apart overnight. So don't sit back and be like waiting to be happy, or I'll work out when I feel like it, or I'll quit drinking when I feel like it. You're probably never gonna fucking feel like it. It's just not gonna happen. Motivation wears off like a cup of coffee.
Right.
It just wears off. You know what else wears off?
What?
Bathing. Oh, that's why the fuck you got to do it every day.
Every damn day.
Zig Ziglar said that. Zig Ziglar said that. I love Zig. But it's true, though. Like, we talk about motivation don't last, so that doesn't mean we do it at all. No, you're right, but you remotivate. Redo it again. But bathing doesn't last either. Brushing your teeth doesn't last, right? Go ahead and don't brush your teeth for a few years and find out how that works. Oh, yeah. We talked about Austin Powers earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you know, you know. Them teeth, baby. Yeah, baby. Them teeth. You know what I'm saying? Man. Teeth with an F, but fucking fangs. Put them shits away, but sincerely though, it does all add up, and
it really does.
And there's help out there. Don't feel like you can't or you shouldn't. Hey man, it might just make it better. If not for you, maybe for the you that you are for those around you.
And if it's not immediate, like for me, it was like I drank hard and then I weaned off. Otherwise, I would start shaking.
Yeah.
And like even right now, I cut vaping, but I'm on Nicorette.
Yeah.
It is even if you have to, let's say you're drinking so much, like I'm shaking, I want to stop. Like, if you say, okay, I need to just kind of cut down slowly, there's no shame in that. The fact that you're consciously trying to do that, I say I have mad respect for, and because I mean, cutting cold turkey, there are actually physical,
of course,
things that can happen.
But for most people, it's just getting rid of the habit.
Right.
Most people are not going to have a medical condition from it, and if you feel like you are, make sure you consult, physician and
talk to a doctor.
Yeah, talk to a doctor. We're not trying to give bad advice here, but
we're not medical professionals, by the way.
No, not at all. Oh shit, nobody will give me an accreditation. I fucked up calling somebody doctor earlier. How could I ever be one, right? But what we are saying is that progress.
It is that progress.
Progress. And Jason Vale, if anybody out there is hurting with drinking, one of my uncles, man, I never thought would get clean or sober, actually did, and he did it through this book that we shared together. But Jason Vale, he's famous for like juicing and stuff, but he has a book called Kick the Drink Easily. And I reread it often. Kick the Drink Easily. Mm-hmm. Kick the Drink Easily is an awesome book. But in there, one of the lines he says is that we're like plants. I was like, where's he going with this shit, right? But he says that we're either in a state of living and growing or we're in a state of dying. Like once a plant's done blooming, what happens?
Withering.
It withers and it dies. So we're very much similar to them. So we have to keep flowing, keep going. Like Bruce Lee, running water never grows stale, right? Like keep fucking flowing. But we're like plants. If we're not growing, we're dying. So are you progressing or regressing?
That is very funny you mentioned that today. We have in our studio a bunch of plants. A lot of them are cactuses. My boss gives me one. And I said, how do you water this? Do I just spray it? He goes, no. He says, you don't want to water this all the time. He says, but if you see it start withering, just put in water and then it'll bounce back.
Bounce back, resilient.
Bounce back. What's up?
Bounce back, just resilience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And like, if you start withering, it doesn't mean it's over, man. A lot of times like it's over. This is me. This is me right now. No, just get some water in there. Get that physical water and
cycle,
that
man.
Metaphorical water, and then you can bounce back. You can look, as long as you're breathing, as long as you got a pulse, there's hope.
Yes.
You're going to be good, kid. I speak like an old man. You're going to be just fine,
good kid. You're going to be just fine.
Bobby Lee, I love Bobby Lee. I got to meet him. He invited me to dinner. And
what? The Bobby Lee?
The Bobby Lee. Yeah,
wow.
He was at Addison Improv, and I met him after the show. He invited me to dinner. This other comic was like, I want him all to myself. I'm going to pitch something to him. And he was like aggressively pitching the show. And, Bobby's a nice guy. He's just going to listen. But he always said, he has a story, but he said someone told him, your life becomes so much bigger when you kick alcohol. If you have a problem with it and you kick it, and this is for people who have a problem with it, if you kick it, just see how much bigger your life is. This is my 5th day. I climbed a mountain. Literally climbed the mountain the other day.
Yes, he did. And I was there.
I mean, that's a lot. I haven't done that in years.
No, it's so real. You don't know what could be. And that's that butterfly
rising.
effect.
It's almost like, hey, a new dawn.
Yeah.
New dawn coming. So
I do want to, I'm going to go read an excerpt. I had to find it because I keep it on my phone. I keep it in a folder on my phone called Reality Check. And this is from the Jason Vale book. Listen to this. This shit will hit for anybody who's been down this road. He said, what is this marvelous and pleasurable effect we think we get from drinking anyway? Is it the pleasure of not being able to communicate properly? Is it the marvelous effect of losing all of your senses so that you become immediately vulnerable and completely unprotected from danger? Oh, is it the wonderful feeling of being totally stupefied? Is it the great effect of not being able to focus or walk properly? Is it the pleasurable effect of talking complete and utter rubbish for hours on end? Is it the wonderful sensation of vomiting? Is it the pleasure of blowing your mind so much that you become a completely different person? Is it the marvelous effect of destroying your memories so you don't even recall your apparently wonderful experience anyway? Is it the marvelous effect and pleasurable effect of losing all the checkpoints between your brain and your mouth so you get loud, aggressive, obnoxious, vulgar, nasty, hurtful, uptight, annoying, repetitive, pathetic, over-emotional, or abusive? I'm like that sober, so. Is it the marvelous effect of being out of control? Is it the wonderful effect of not being able to make love or show true love and affection because you are too, in quotations, out of it? Is it the pleasure of saying and doing things that you will regret for many years to come? Is it the great sensation of dizziness? Just tell me. Where and what is this marvelous effect? To be honest, I don't think you can, as it just doesn't exist. It's just one huge fallacy. I keep this on my phone. So if ever I'm like, you
send me that one.
You know what would be nice? You know what would be nice? You know what wouldn't be nice is this. And what he's saying, what is this marvelous effect we're fucking missing out on? What is it?
Exactly.
And just that list right there, dude, I'm just like, man, for the way I'm wired and the way I like to drink, like, what am I missing out on?
Right.
What the fuck? Like everybody says FOMO, fear of missing out. What the fuck am I missing out on?
Stumbling
when I read
home.
that,
Yeah.
vomiting, doing saying things I'm gonna regret, being vulgar, obnoxious, nasty, repetitive, pathetic, not being able to make love.
Yeah,
literally,
that's a big one.
You got.
It's ironic how like
you got
drinking
the
makes you want to
experience.
hit on people, but ain't nothing working. And it's
Nothing
like,
works.
Exactly.
And like, what are you doing? And it's so not. It's still not attractive.
It's
right?
not. It's not. Yeah.
But you're so like it's
so confident.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're so. And he said the checkpoints between your brain and your mouth.
Exactly.
You got the diarrhea mouth, and it's like, so what is it that we're missing out on? What is this marvelous fucking effect?
Right.
And he said, I don't think you could tell me because
Right.
it's one huge fallacy.
Exactly.
And I'm not a prohibitionist, but I'm telling you right
about
now,
to say.
if you're like me, you can definitely relate to what I just read off.
This is for if you do have like for people who can do this. Again, hats off to you.
Hey,
If
great,
not,
good for you, man. Teach their own.
That's
Free will's a
awesome.
bitch. Do your thing, bro.
And be thankful for your genetics. But I am allergic to ethanol. I am very allergic to it.
I'm
That's
not
how I say
allergic to it. I'd say sometimes at open mics and shit, and I say it I do this training on bass, and I talk about, look, I didn't have a problem with drinking.
Right.
I had no problem with drinking. PMO had a problem with me drinking. Command had a problem with me drinking. My family had a problem with me drinking. And that's to say that, like, hey, I'm not allergic to it. I like this shit a whole lot.
Oh, yeah,
A
it's-
whole lot. Too much.
Right.
Too much. Too much, right? And for those that aren't like that, hey, teach their own. You do what you got to do. I don't think if alcohol came out today for a fucking second would it get approved and would it be on every shelf, right? But it's so woven into our culture.
It is.
It's so part of our family business. It's part of our fucking economy. It is what it is. It's never going away. But you being an asshole and making mistakes and potentially not being here, that could go away.
Right.
You can change that shit up if applicable to you, and you don't have to worry about not being a good person anymore, or you just find other outlets, find other vices. And they are out there, folks. They are out there, I promise.
It has been one of the least stressful weeks of in a while.
Imagine that shit.
And yeah, like, you know, going to like, and I weaned down and I would have a bottle of wine while watching a movie, but then in bed, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking text this person.
Uh-huh.
Then you wake up, you're like, oh, what did and you gotta go through the list and then and that being the first thing you do, waking up like,
how's that starting your fucking
that
day? Feeling like
sucks.
shit. Not
No
only physically,
victory.
but now you feel guilty.
And now you're anxious all day.
Oh, fuck
as opposed to like, I'm going to wake up and like this first hour, bam, 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 3 things. And gym, study, meditate, let's go.
Let's go.
That feels so much better. And again, they sound like cliches, but like from experience, like it's right. It's right for me at least. But
Yeah, no, it's real, man. And that's why we're getting real on here. We
Right.
just can't say these kind of things. Like, this isn't even bloggable. We've talked so much.
exactly.
But that's life, though. That's life. It all adds up, and this conversation has added up. And I'm hoping that it can be helpful for somebody. I'm hoping that somebody could take something away from it. Just don't feel alone. Reach out to people.
Absolutely.
For all of us out here, you can dial 988 and you can get in touch 24/7, free and confidential support. You can chat 988lifeline.org, call or text 988. And if you're calling from overseas, all right, so for my people out here in Japan with Japanese cell phones, 098-970-8255 or 098-954-0123. Reach out. This too shall pass. And look, man, don't choose a permanent solution for a temporary problem. All of this shit, to include those dinosaurs that we're talking about, fuel, metaphorically and physically, it all passed.
Right.
This is going to pass, man. I just say try to make the most of the life that you have and actualize. And don't rule out things to actually pursue, to try. There might be something out there waiting, not this one, but the next thing that adds up to the thing that actually changes your whole world, puts you in front of a really good person like I'm sitting here right now. You just don't know until you fucking try it.
Exactly.
So don't be stubborn. Don't be closed-minded. Open your mind and try to see, and maybe have some of that omelet we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. It's delicious. I'm telling you. Been having it for 5 days. Man, thank you. So, by the way, that 988 commercial, I hear it on the radio. I love how
that shout out to Bowling right there, man.
The background track is Shake That Laffy Taffy.
988. Yeah, the Laffy. He does it.
Yeah.
Laffy Taffy.
Haven't heard that in a while.
988.
The number 2
The number 2 call is 988. Check that live it, have it.
Yeah.
That is
wow, this
genius.
Is a banger still.
That dude is so smart. Oh man, he kills anytime he comes over mic. Yeah, fucking hilarious, dude.
Amazing.
I love that dude. He's so fucking funny. And then today he did the currency exchange rate, which is like 140 to the whatever. But then he read it off the opposite end, and he was like 0.34567775544. If you wanted to know it the opposite way. It's like this dude, fucking comedic genius, man. That guy is so brilliant.
15 seconds to kill, so I'm gonna give you pie.
988. 988. If you're in distress, call 988. There it is.
Fire track in the back.
But man, you want to leave the audience with anything, man? We're gonna go ahead and get up off here. I need to take my ass home and go play with. I got a monkey at home that needs to be fed.
My bladder's full. I gotta take a piss. Come to these mics. These mics are great. If you're in Tokyo from the 26th to the 31st, I will be at Tokyo Comedy
26th to 31st of May?
Of May. 26th, 27th, 29th, 30th. I'll be at Tokyo Comedy Bar. I got 4 shows. I'm trying to make it 6, but I got 4 in the bag. Come on out. And but come to these mics here, man.
Yeah,
it's
man.
not
Pain
just
shared is pain divided, dog.
Yeah, and it did change my life. So everyone, hang in there. I hope y'all learned a lot. You can always message me, Alberto Pena, whatever platform. If you need help, I'm here to listen. All right. Much love. One love. Thank you, kid.
Hey, man. Thank you, brother. Hey, shout out to Alberto. 26th to the 31st, y'all. See him live in Tokyo.
Yep.
Or you can just bring your ass to the open mic. We got one coming up this week on the 17th out there at YOLO. We're going to be out in town, and then we're going to bring it back on base, bring it into our little side room that we're in right now, and we'll also bring it over to the amphitheater and do it outdoor. But look, man, don't be closed-minded. Don't suffer in silence. Mm-hmm. Reach out. You're not alone, and I promise all of you, you matter. None of us are special, but we are all important, and you're important to us. So, hey, try me. Try me. Call my bluff. Hit me up and see if I can be there for you. And I promise you I'll do what I can to be there for you, or Alberto will, or whatever. You are not alone. Whatever you're going through, good or bad,
you're going to do great, kid.
This too shall pass. That's been some real resilience talk. We are sponsored by nobody.
First Amendment.
First Amendment. Yeah, that's right. Sponsored and inspired by the First Amendment, baby. If you don't like something, change. If you can't change it, change your attitude. This too shall pass. Oh, now I should probably press stop recording. How about that?